test of the emergency broadcasting system. The broadcaster's viewing area. Monitor cooperation. Level no November known.
Sheesh. Hold on. Let me pull up some freaking something to stream. New window. What shall we do while we wait? 15 minutes. We'll do a media share request. Give me a second here. Pull up this, get this going here. Pull up YouTube. Limbus Company. Let's take a look at what we've got over here. Window capture. Limbus Company YouTube. There you go. Turn this bad boy on right there. Look, it's me! Oh my gosh. How are we? It's a 2 gig update. Goodness me. Take the lunacy and summon tickets and smash together those 2 different currencies of pay to win and create a push out of... What the hell are you talking about? Stream Lethal Company in the meantime? Nah, I think I played enough today for now. Anyways, let's keep scrolling. Anyone got any requests? Oh, this guy's got 140 viewers on Ultra Kill. Jeez. One day. Oh, this Moo Moo Cows guy. Should we watch this Moo Moo Cows guy? You should watch Willy for real. What if I watch Moo Moo Cows? What's he got to say? Take a little bit. Hold on, where's Otis? Watch Will. Okay, fine, I'll watch Willy. He's the Otis guy, right? Is he the cursed Otis guy? Oh, I remember this guy. Goodness. What the hell? What the fuck am I watching? Wait, I don't have desktop audio on. Bro, no one told me? Oh my god. You're just sitting here in complete silence?
So, have you found a reason to fight yet? Buddy.
Okay, this is... Bro. I'm not watching this. I thought you were just avoiding copyright? No, I just forgot. I forgot to unmute. I couldn't sleep last night because I was so hyped for this update. Okay, I don't think I've ever lost sleep because of an update. But, you know, this one's pretty exciting.
Right, big patch.
Enough dose of Willy. Yeah, let's take a look at this guy. What's he got to say? Support passives. Do you pull?
SP?
Let's see what his conclusion is.
Gang or the Burn Gang. So yeah, I'm very excited. I am recommending everyone go and get this if you have those team comps built already and you're...
He's recommending everyone gets these. All right. Well, I'll take his word for it. Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of people say, like, dude, LCCB Ryoshu support passive adds bonus damage when the user uses their last ammo. I've seen people say that a lot. Bro, I swear to God, like, that shit does not really make that much of a difference. Like, I mean, you know, technically it does add damage, but it's not, like, practical. It's not, like, that practical amount of damage. I mean, it is a significant amount of damage, but, like, you're using LCCB Ryoshu on your bench when you could be using W Ryoshu in the field. That's like my main problem with that. So, you know, that's the main problem is opportunity cost. And the second problem is the fact that, again, her skill 3 is so freaking slow. We'll see. But, I mean, I'm just assuming that her skill 3 is just so freaking slow to scale up. So, we'll see. If she can gain more than 1 magic bullet at a time. That's like the main thing. I should be there in the comments. Alright, let's take a look. Cool Dog. Where's Cool Dog? Oh, Don's passive when bench seems like a good passive when you had the wrong your, bro. I'm not reading the rest of that. You had the wrong your. Maybe next time. New Otis ID solo with LCCB Ryoshi will be fire. Okay, yeah, I have no doubt that her solo will be fire because she can ramp her magic bullet super fast. That's my main thing is like if you get multiple slots on her, she's going to be so much better because she can ramp Magic Bullet and spam AoE. And it doesn't matter if she targets indiscriminately because you have no allies who will get shot by her, right? So that's like the main thing if you have running her solo. Plus the fact that, you know, she just has pretty good skills. Generally, I'm assuming if they're trying to sell the unit, you know. But yeah, you know, it's a little bit gimmicky. Like solo runs are just a little bit gimmicky. Not my not my personal priority. Again, if people care about solos, then more power to you, but that's not really what I care about when it comes to the viability of units. I don't think that a unit being able to solo consistently is like really that big of a deal. Because one, most units can, because the game is just not balanced. And two, because most practical content you're not going to be soloing. So I don't really care that much about solos. You know, I know there's some people like there's that guy, I don't remember his channel name, but he like does only Mirror Dungeon solos. You know him. You've heard of him. He's like grown pretty big. The new Shi IDs, conditionals, and payoff. New ESCO video 1 hour ago. Goodness me, well, subscribe because WALPURGIS not. This video took me so long.
Conditionals.
Alright, let's take a
Whether
listen.
you recognize it or not, you play with them all the time in Limbus Company. For
Oops.
better or for worse. Since this is such an integral part of the game, it's frankly surprising that I, Escu, that one Limbus guy that gets his tutorial sent to every poor soul who doesn't know what project—
Wait, he's pronounced Esgu? Shit. I've been pronouncing him wrong the whole time. It's Esgu. Shit. Fuck.
Moon/Limbus Company is, but has a friend who really likes it, haven't talked about conditionals in depth. It also just so happens that the 3 Shi IDs, and yes, there are only 3 of them, demonstrate the dynamic between conditionals and payoff extremely well. So, in what is frankly an embarrassingly thinly veiled attempt to get Project Moon to give us some more Shi IDs during the goddamn Poise season, I'll be talking about Shi Dawn, Ishmael, and Heathcliff with a particular focus on their individual payoffs for their relatively unique conditional, and how that affects their viability as IDs.
Damn, same. Bro, I swear to God, I read it as like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like the baby, bro. I thought it was like, Esgo. No, it's Esgu, bro. My bad.
But first of all, what do I mean by a conditional? Most of you probably already know what this means in the context of Limbus, and I use the term a lot, but for those who don't know, a conditional is basically what is required to activate an effect of a skill. The most common conditional is on hit, which requires you to hit the target for your effect to activate, in this case, gaining poise. However, since that is so common, it's hardly ever considered a conditional, since you really should be hitting your opponents most times. The conditional we care about here is the Shi Association Special, the OSHA violation, or in Limbus's terms, being below 50% HP. Conditionals are so diverse that we can pretty much get an idea of what is a hard condition and an easy condition, and while I could list—
That shrimp guy who solos everything is kind of diluted. I mean, it's just based on their own methodology, the way they play the game, right? Like, you watch me because I rate things based on railway viability. Like, it is what it is, bro. I like running the most optimal team comp because it makes me feel good when I see the biggest numbers possible. That's how I get fun. If he wants to solo everything, then sure. That's how he finds fun in the game. That's perfectly valid. I wouldn't call him diluted, but, you know, if you're in a solo situation, Suncliff does have better durability than Queecliff, no lie. Although it is pretty close, but Queecliff just does a shit ton more damage, to be fair. Solo tier list when? Okay, I'm pretty sure he's done a solo tier list, like, probably, surely. I'm pretty sure he collabs pretty frequently with the other guy, like the Faust like Fumo guy. I think they make a good pair. Do you think Soups knows that every association's a number but in different language? Of course. Come on now. Come on now. Of course. I watch you because you're funny AF. Thank you. I appreciate that. I watch you because you're a cute cat. Alright, you know, I appreciate that too.
examples all the way down. All you need to know is that being below 50% HP falls on the more annoying side of conditionals. In regular story content, getting below 50% HP from full HP will take at least a few turns, in human fights especially. in which you are sacrificing damage in favor of being hit, and due to the CIDs having 2 stagger bars quite high up, you are getting staggered very early on, leading to more downtime. And the ever-present danger of pulling a 5 surgery and just straight up dying. Now, while that sounds bad, and frankly, it kind of is, the below 50% HP conditional becomes a lot better when we consider dungeon content or railway content, where you can transfer your health over. And this is the content I will mostly be referring to while I talk in this video.
Oh, we're talking about railway content. I think that's one of the first times in SGU channel history. Besides, didn't he do videos on like the worst railway team ever or something? Like, what was it? He did How It Be Refraction Railway 2 with the worst team possible. It says watched, but I didn't actually watch it. I think it was like autoplay or something. Or like I saw like the first second and it like registered as watched, but I haven't watched it. Just in case I want to react to it later. We'll see. We could react to it maybe after we're
done. The payoff for 50% HP conditionals in story content is not worth it, with very few notable exceptions. But now that the stage is set, and you understand what a conditional is, let's look at these 3 IDs and assume they have none of their conditions active, then compare them with their stronger, yet far less healthy versions. She Heathcliff is up first, and is certainly the weakest of the trio.
Christmas is
which,
over?
while
Can we steal
canonically
his Santa hat? With this sacred treasure, I summon Nurge Soups. Well, I'm still on holiday, so I'm gonna keep the hat on. Once the semester starts again, then I'm going to be back to sleep-deprived Soups.
Because Heathcliff, in general, is as based as a British person could possibly be. I mean, look at this guy. He's definitely subscribed to SQ, just like you are.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, I am.
Despite having undeniably great taste in Limbus YouTubers, his skill 1 and 2 are painfully below average, damage and clashing-wise, both being a single coin with lower than average rolls. When I say that, I mostly refer to the skill 2, which is below the single coin average of 16, but the skill 1 rolling a 10 base really should have been made illegal across the board with upside 4.
Yeah.
Looking on the bright side of things, the skill 3 is where Heathcliff shows his 1 upside when above 50% health, and that is having pretty good damage on this skill 3. A 17 rolling 2 coin skill does not sound too impressive until you consider it is always dealing plus 50% more damage, assuming you are not literally on the boundary of death, in which case this straight up kills you in a pretty fashion. But plus 50% more damage.
Well, technically, the conditional is to be above 5 HP. No, that's
damage,
good.
Assuming you were not literally on the boundary of death.
Well, technically, yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, that's true. You do need 5 HP, otherwise you kill yourself.
In which case, this straight up kills you in a pretty funny fashion. But plus 50% more damage on both coins makes its raw damage go from an unimpressive 28 to 42 raw damage. Now, this is still nothing spectacular, but it is certainly good. Still though, the skill 1 and 2 being single coin skills with below average clashing is definitely what holds him back the most and makes him the worst of the 3.
Yeah.
But she Ishmael is really not too far behind, since she is practically about as middling of a 2-star ID as one could really get when not below 50% health.
True.
A 2-coin skill 1 rolling 11, a 2-coin skill 2 rolling a 13, and a 2-coin skill 3 rolling an 18. With only the skill 3 being slightly above her.
I think that's like exactly
She's not
average.
Anything too notable currently about her on-hit effects, so she really is just average.
Yeah.
However, being average still puts her above Heathcliff, who only has the advantage in skill 3 damage and skill 2 clashing, but his damage is still behind She Ishmael's on the whole. So, very fittingly, the director of She Section 5, Don Quixote, is at the top. Though her skill 1 is a 1-coin and at least rolls an 11, and her skill 2 is very solid. A 2-coin skill 2 rolling a 16 unconditionally on a 2-star ID is very notable, due to it being completely unique, and puts her clashing in line with the single-coin skill 2s with the same roll, but with far more damage. The Funny Overbreathe skill is similarly above average in its power, with most single-coin skill 3s for 2-star IDs hovering around the 19 to 22 range, but Dawn clears that with a...
The Mariachi Sinclair in the bottom, I don't know why that's so funny to me. He's just vibing.
She Dawn's clashing is
I like that, I like that.
Damage that falls around the middle of the pack, but it is still enough to make her the best She ID with no conditions active.
If there's anything that Esco exceeds, I think the reason that I like his videos the most, like, you know, again, I don't watch Limbus YouTube very often, but the biggest reason that I enjoy his videos is, one, because his editing is always very high effort, of course, and then the second is because he always has like this deadpan like sense of humor. I don't know, like, dude, the stupid ass like Mariachi Sinclair in the corner. I don't know why that's so funny.
While this baseline is important to establish, the She IDs are mostly only talked about assuming they are below 50% HP, except Dawn. And there's a good reason for that. As I mentioned before, 50% HP is an annoying condition to maintain.
Oh shit, wait, it's 10 p.m. EST, which is where I am, which means the patch is out. Hold on. We'll finish watching this later. I gotta update. Game capture. Here we go. Hide this, show this. We should be good. Oh, here we go. 380 megs. Let me in. When is 5 coin Boundary of Death? Skill that does 0 damage unless you roll heads with 5 coins coming out. Soon. Hopefully. I mean, dude, I like the Shi IDs because the way they play is, like, interesting. They go from tanks, like, they start as a tank and then they turn into a DPS. It's kind of similar to how Queequeg Heathcliff plays, except a little more interesting than just I get more damage. But it is what it is. Let's take a look at Magic Bullet Otis. That's what everyone's here for. 3 to 7 speed, average health, fatal to blunt, classic. Rolls an 11 on skill 1, plus 3. That's pretty good. Coin power plus 1 for every burn. Dark Flame. Max value 7. Yeah, about what we expected. Coin power plus 1 for every 3 burn. Max of 3. Okay. I mean, that's pretty significant, actually. Max 3 coin power is pretty disgusting, actually. She rolls, like, what is that? At maximum coin power, that goes from 11 to 3 by 2. So, 6. Yeah, alright. That's an insanely high skill 1, actually. That's an insanely high skill. What the fuck? That's like 17. Jesus. Inflict burn equal to Dark Flame on target. That's really good. Same thing here. So, this rolls for a 16. Oh my god, bro. This can roll for like 20? Over 20? Jesus. At less than 4, gain 1. Inflict Dark Flame equal to Magic Bullet. I mean, we know what that is. 5 plus 4. That's pretty low. That's like quite low. 19 for a skill 3. Her skill 2 rolls higher than that. Otis's skill 3s usually roll for over 20. That's the thing. Like, usually, compared to her other IDs, their skill 3s roll for over 20. This rolling for, like, 19. Probably about 20 with the offense level, right? Deal plus 1% for every burn. So, up to 30% on 30 burns. Sure. Gain 1 Magic Bullet. Lose Magic Bullet. Minus 1 by 5 sanity. That's a lot of sanity. Attack weight becomes equal to Magic Bullet value. What about Magic Bullet? Oh, wait. This gives coin power, right? Value changes depending on certain skill. The higher the value, the higher base and coin power of skill 3. Oh, right. Okay. No, okay. I forgot that it did that, actually. You're right. Clutter thoughts. Thanks. So this can go up to 7. So 7 by 2, so 14. Because I'm assuming it raises the base power and the coin power plus 1 each, right? So at 7, it would boost your like roll by 14 in total. So this is 14 plus 15, which is 29 plus 4 is like 30. That rolls over mutilate. That's, oh goodness. You also lose like 1,000,000 sanity. What is that? Like Magic Bullet minus 1. So you'd lose 6 by 5, so 30 sanity. Jesus. At 10 or less sanity, 50% chance. So if you're at max, you'd be at 15 sanity then. So there would not be a chance. Okay, I mean, that's fine. It's like, you'd be at 15 sanity if you have 7 Magic Bullet, right? Okay, I mean, sure. At least, okay, so if you're at max sanity, you won't attack indiscriminately, right? When did the patch drop? 4 minutes ago. Like Dark Flame equals a Magic Bullet. Yeah, I mean, the rolls are obviously ridiculously good. Like, we won't kid ourselves, the rolls are absolutely ridiculous, but I'm still a little concerned about her setup time for Magic Bullet. Besides that, though, her skills actually roll very solidly if you get a solid burn stack going. So, that's fine. Guys, I got Malcute. Awesome. Gain 1 Magic Bullet, gain 5 power. Yeah, okay, we know. If the target's main defense level is currently lowered by 4 or more, gain burn on main target poise before attack. Again, I mean, it's free damage. It's nothing crazy or anything. One ally with most sanity deals 30 plus 10% with ego skills. 10%, really? And it's on res? Nah, on res is so doomed. Nah. I think, okay, but the thing is, getting that much burn on someone is pretty tough. And the damage is good, but it's... I don't know if it's going to be, like, crazy or anything. She would need to go in, like, a dedicated burn team for her to get, like, actually really good numbers, I think. I mean, I don't know if she's that good in railways still. I still don't think she is, because you're limited to one slot, and all of the other IDs that you would need to run in order to make burn work, like, you'd probably want to run Liu Ishmael at the very, very bare minimum, right? You'd want to run Liu Ishmael. The problem with running Liu Ishmael is that Molar is so broken because of syncing that you give up a lot in order to use Liu Ishmael. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. I think, as a stat stick, I think she's also worse than Molar Otis. But if you can get, like, burn on them, obviously, like, again, if you're in, like, Mirror Dungeon or something, she's going to destroy Mirror Dungeon. Like, let's be honest, she's actually going to shred through Mirror Dungeon so fast, because of the insane coin power and then the AoE on a basic skill. So, I mean, that's hella good, to be honest. She's absolutely gonna destroy, so that's pretty sick. And then Lantern Dawn. 3 aggro, that's a pretty low number. It rolls for 12, I guess. That's neat. 195, 4 to 6. Good defense level, Fatal to Blunt. GG, Fatal to Blunt. Fatal to Blunt is not that big of a deal anymore, because most of the good enemies deal, like, piercing damage. Well, they still deal blunt, but there's an increasing emphasis on piercing and slash nowadays, so thankfully, it's a little more varied. Maybe she'll get some use. Target is 6+ Rupture Coin Power +1. This rolls for 4 by 4 plus 9, so 13. With Coin Power +1, it's a +3, so that rolls for 16, which is pretty decent. 1 Rupture, if less than 2 Rupture, inflict 3 Rupture count. Sure. So she eats the stack and then refills it. That's fine. I like that. Aggro on every skill. I like having aggro on every skill. Also, I love the fact that it's called Whirlwind Om Nom Nom. Gain +5 aggro on this slot next turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. If the target is 6+ Rupture, Coin Power +1. Okay, so it rolls from, this rolls the exact same. So it rolls 16 then at full power. On hit, inflict 3 Rupture count. On hit, heal 15, heal by 50% more when reusing coin. Heal additional HP based on Rupture on target. Don't care that much about the healing. At -50%, reuse coin once. Really? That's so sad. It reuses once? Nah, that's so freaking sad, man. It's one of those, huh? It's gonna be one of those. PM anti-fun. Fun police, bro. They give Harpooner Isang like a reroll of like 3 times or whatever, and they give the lobotomy Dawn once. Anti-fun. If target has 6+ Rupture, final power +3. Sure. Heal HP equal to remaining shield HP. Yeah, that's fine. If this unit skill slot has aggro, clash power +1. So that's pretty good. Very good passive. Heal 6 HP every time this unit hits enemies that targeted. Sure. And then Illumi Lantern. Ally with highest aggro heals 4 every time they hit an enemy that targets this unit. I mean, obviously, again, this is ridiculous for solos. But, dude, I wish that this didn't have a reuse limit, so if she was 1 HP, she could reuse the coin like 30 times, bro. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's annoying. Only 16 pulls? Bro, what are you guys using your pulls on? Oh, wait, the event. Oh, that's... the event gives 16 pulls. Yeah, we should check the... We'll check out the event first. Yeah, Walpurgis Night. Oh. This UI... Okay, I'm not going to say I've never played Lobotomy Corp, because that's a lie. I have played it, but I only got to, like, day 5 or 6 before I got bored. So I have seen the UI. This is, like, hell, dude, this is like whiplash I'm getting. I'm seeing this. Oh my god, it has the sound effects too. Jeez, that's awesome. Alright, we'll play this after. We'll play this after. Of course we want to pull first. I'm pretty sure we're chilling here. Announcer, Yuri. Yeah, awesome. Alright, let's pull. How many tickets do I have? I have 26. Oh, they did change the inventory button. It's no longer a bag, it's now a chest. Okay. I have 26 singles, I have 5 multis, and then I have like 21,000 lunacy. So, let's see. Let's see what we get. What the hell is this lean? Lean animation, bro. That's not lean, that's like Hulk green. What the hell is that, bro? Okay, sure. I mean, we're good. Lean green war machine. Alright. I thought lean was purple? Yeah, you're right. It just slipped out. Kush. Nah, it's actually Kush, though. You're right. Streamer luck is fake? Nah, bro. If you were here for last Walpurgis, it was actually miserable. I didn't get Malcute! I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. I got 2 of them? No, you got... Give me Malcute, bro! What the fuck? That's mean. That's mean. Yo, what the hell was that? Alright, I mean, I got Pursuance Roja. That's nice. I forgot I didn't have this one. Amazing. Oh, yes! We got the freaking stupid Otis one, too. I don't have to dispense this shit either. Jesus. We take those. We take those. When you saw Otis, I bet you thought that it was the ID. I bet you thought. Oh, it's actually the ID. No, I like that. I like that. That's good. I should have taken a screenshot of the fucking Der Freischütz, bro. I'm pissed. I'm pissed I didn't take a screenshot of that. Alright, well, that's a pretty good pull. Give me Malcute. Yeah, streamer luck me all you want, bro. Until I get Malcute, you're not allowed to streamer luck me, bro. I want her so freaking bad, bro. I mean, I do have to save for Walpurgis too, so... I mean, I'm not gonna roll all the way down for her, but... I'll roll solidly. I'll go to like 12k. We'll say 12k. You can pull 200? Yeah, okay, but I don't want to roll all the way down for an announcer. It does not actually impact my gameplay at all. What the fuck? I don't have this guy? I forgot. Dude. Alright, save some boxes. Yes, green! This better be who I think it is. Don't give me a dupe ID, please. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me Malcute. I'm begging you. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Oh. It's just so easy. Alright. And we didn't have to roll down to 12. Nice, nice. Alright, let's get this shit. I'll stuff your futile blank in this sack. Fine, I accept your blank. Thus doth my daily blank. I accept your bullet. Contract. Alright, the hell of a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm probably not gonna change much. Oh, once this blank is over. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. You know me. Dude, I didn't get any dupes. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's use Malcute. She's my favorite, Sephira. Oh yeah, Pursuance. I can equip this, finally. Let's uptie this instantly. Definitely going to be, enemy staggered, apply 10% shield? Sure, whatever. Actually, you got Pierre. Yeah, I got 2 Pierre dupes. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely correct. I got 2 Pierre dupes. I got Magic Bullet Otis and Holiday. Yes, Holiday. I can't wait. Hollandaise. All right. Oh, she's like slightly animated here. I like that. New animation. An ordeal is coming. Uh-huh. Devours the fears and horrors that flee. Scours for the veiled guilt hiding in the deep corners of this place, and it continues to search for more sacrifices to be embraced. Damn, this guy's spitting bars. When you are left all by your lonesome after the trumpets of the apocalypse roared, you have no choice but to put that miserable bullet in your own temple. Goodness. Hurt her throat and eyes, but she watched enjoying the plume fade away, inches away from the abyss. There was once a time when she was never even thought of bringing a thing like the smoking pipe anywhere near her mouth. Uh-huh. Sheesh. The entity offered her was not a bullet that never misses. It offered her a bullet that will never stop until it strikes the one its user loves the most. Alright. To see what choice you'd make after putting that bullet in the skull of the one you love most, you must know that I may very well be your future. Child had nothing left but her singular goal, that she would survive these ordeals and return home. Uh-huh. I got W Dawn. Congratulations. Red Diamond. That's actually hype AF because she's actually super good. The bullet will pierce anyone. Everything that stands in the end, it will return her to her home. They'll fly past all the... Uh-huh. If it means the trajectory will be altered, you are willing to deceive anyone. Uh-huh. The answers will never be known, but that is how this contract will end. Alright. I mean, that's pretty metal as hell. Xenacat announcer when. Bro, I keep seeing that person. Alright, what do you get for Uptie 4? Max of 2 turns into max of 3. This doesn't gain max of 2, I guess. Turns into max of 3 again. And then, what? 1 damage for every burn on target max. Oh, this doubles the damage? Okay. You lose sanity and attack weight. Gains attack weight. Attack weight becomes equal to magic bullet value. Is that not the same? Gain magic bullet, lose magic bullet -1 by 5 sanity. Equal to... No, that's exactly the same. If at 7 magic bullet resets to count, gain final power. What is your passive? Defense levels 4 or more, gain burn on target over 2, poise before attack. Versus burn on target, poise. Ego consumes 7+ resources, deal bonus damage. Her Uptie 4 does not seem that important. I'm gonna be honest. Her Uptie 4 does not seem that important. Almost at all. Dude, I need to uptie this stupid ass Ego, by the way. I keep forgetting. I'll just do that while I'm here before I forget. But like, I don't think she gains that much on Uptype 4. I think you can keep her at 3 and it'll be fine. What do you even gain? Like fucking coin power? What do you gain? You gain attack weight on the awakening. I know that. What do you even gain on yeah, nothing, bro. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you need her at tier 4. I have the thread to spare, so maybe I'll do it for fun. What do I even have in the dispenser still? If I don't have anything to dispense for her, then I mean, I'm all set. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, alright, you know what? Let's do it. Why not? Literally, why not? It's new unit. But I would not recommend doing it. It's super not worth it, actually. I don't think it's very worth it at all. Let's open some of these thread boxes too. Yeah, okay. Unlucky. I'm gonna boost her to 40 because she's an awesome new unit. Keep going here. 18. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. Alright, we'll do this. I have a level boost ticket 3. Oh, I should totally use that. Why am I not using that? Yoink. Oh wait, I have to use it first. Oops. I don't know where I got that from, but I'm not gonna complain. Oh yeah, this is such stonks now, actually. Yup. Alright. Nice. We'll use her in the new event, shall we? And then I'll put her on here so that everyone can buy her. Or use her if you want. I don't know if you're allowed to borrow, but, you know. I'll put on Sunyata because it's a better ego, don't at me. And then copy my thing for you, so I'll put it in chat and pin it for people who wish to add me. How do I freaking do this? Bro, why is it not letting me pin my own message? Oh my god, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. Why can't I pin my own message? YouTube actually hates me. Well, whatever. Oh, no, I refreshed it and now it'll let me. Alright, we're good. I managed to not pull Blade Linny Sinclair, so I'm super excited. He'll be forever alone in my dispenser. Alright. Solo the event? Maybe I will. Let's try and build a solo team. What the fuck are these teams anyway? What am I cooking with these? This is... Okay, I need to organize these. This is for the event. This is my... This is for Mirror Dungeon? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, this was... What was this? Oh, this was also for Mirror Dungeon. Alright, we'll make this our solo, team. Okay, so what do you need? You have pride? You have pride and a tiny bit of wrath? Alright, well, here we go. What passives do you even have? Gluttony. Awesome. You don't really gain poise. I mean, I kinda... Gain poise before attack? Isn't this from skills only? Poise count from skills. So it's not even passives. So what do I do with you? You don't do anything. Ally with most poison inflicts bleed potency with a skill. That also does not do anything. You don't do anything either. Alright, well, unlucky. You're lust, so you don't do anything. I think you're... Oh, you're wrath. Maybe it's just base Faust gaming. You have a pride one. Speed of all allies. The fastest ally deals... That's good. That's good. Okay, I like that. That's really good. Obviously, LCCB. That's like the whole thing everyone freaks out for. Your envy, right? I don't think Mersault offers anything. I guess Grosshammer. Because his is Wrath, right? I guess that could come up sometime. Yeah, yeah. Guess it's Grosshammer. Sure. I don't think you do anything either. Do you accomplish a single thing? Burn count with the effects of their attack skills? I mean, you inflict burn, right? Burn equal to dark flame? I mean, I guess that does something. You're a wrath thing, but it's piercing damage. But it's 5 owned. I mean, I guess that could come up. Alright, sure. Fine. That works. You're on Gloom. I don't think you do anything. Max HP, they inflict 1 sinking count when inflicting tremor count. Yeah, okay, that's hella useful, thanks. I guess this could technically come up. Sure, I guess. You're Lust, right? Or Envy? No, you're Wrath. No, it's actually good. Okay, let's do that. I for some reason I forgot she existed. Obviously we use Space Rogia. That's a no-brainer. Okay, I mean, I guess this is free blunt damage. Okay. And then Twin Hook Gregor. It's Rat, or it's Pride. I guess that could do something. I don't think you have very much synergy with any of her SIDs, so I guess it's Twin Hook Gaming. This is Sloth. Yeah, that's Sloth. Gluttony, Lust. This is Rupture or something. Like, what do you even do? Yeah, okay. And then you're Gluttony also, I think, right? No, you're Gloom. Alright, we'll do it like this, I guess. This is... We'll see. Just one?
준비는 항상 되어 있으면 단피가 떨어질 때군요.
This is... Ow! Oh, really? Its frequency is not something we can reliably predict, huh? Well, Project Moon said they're gonna do one about every quarter, so I'm just saying, maybe it's a little bit predictable. Within a predictable range of variables? Yeah, okay. Considering it'll be a new environment for all of you. Yeah, okay. Said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, a first-hand experience. Humdrum daily lives are spruced up again. You know, it wasn't that long that you were scurrying all over the cabin, placing weird decorations everywhere. Forsooth, I believe that we've had more than enough celebration for that occasion. The door on which this volatility occurred is in the direction of the dungeons. Yep. Two idiots? Come on. That's just rude. You're far from the most trustworthy sinner among us. What? Far from the most trustworthy sinner who? Sheesh. I didn't know Otis was chill like that. Among Us. Yeah. I'm starting to enjoy this raucousness. Yeah, I like it also. The banter is more, yeah, the camaraderie. It's very welcome. Oh ho? It's identical. Appears that different shapes are overlapping, but all of them are the same design. What am I looking at? Smart arse. If we could just pop the door, open a door leading straight to one of them branches, why are we doing any of this tour bus business? Ain't we wasting time and effort out here? Yeah, shut the hell up, bro. I'm kidding. There are numerous inaccuracies in your statement that must be corrected. Yeah, okay, bro. Shut the hell up. Suppose that's true. Let's try and think a little before we speak, Kay. Must clarify this is not a real lobotomy core branch. Yeah, no kidding. Say with certainty this does not align with current mission, which is to retrieve the golden boughs from the branches existing. Yeah. As I've said previously, I won't deny the possibility of pursuing that method. Besides, there are more inaccuracies to be addressed. Okay, bro, I don't care. I don't care if Heathcliff's technically wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't think there was anything more for her to correct. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, not one of LobCorp's branches, huh? Okay, so it's not a branch. We're just in the facility. I didn't know there was a difference. Control team. Nah. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, I can't with this fucking music, bro. The sinners are going to experience true hell. Mm-hmm. Faust appears unaffected by the general air of anxiety. Instead, she continues to look off in the distance. Ah, here we go. A different sign will play if it's the event of a magnitude requiring that level of response. Yeah, okay. Steam machine! Oh my god. This is an ordeal color green, time dawn. I'm sure you guys know what that means. I have no clue what this means. I didn't know they had colors and designations, bro. Like, I just thought it was just random. We don't need to spell it out. Feels more like a pecatulum. I instinctively blurted out immediate sense they gave off. Alright. We must suppress the entities. Prepare ID cards. Yeah, don't worry, I smurfed these. Green Dawn, Doubt. Oh, I did not get to read that. Doubt, Beta. When he defeats an enemy with an attack skill, deal 10 sanity damage. Upon staggering defeating an enemy, a unit heals. Okay. It's human combat, such an L. Oh, I'm team leader! Right. Oh, I get the little armband, too. Awesome. Skill slot +1. Modify skill pool. Gain 1 use of skill 3, but lose 1 use of skill 1. That's a W. When this unit defeats an enemy with skill, 2 allies, including this unit, and at least sanity heal 25. Oh, maybe Ninclair is not a good pick for this. Gain 2 ego resources if they finish this skill that deal you gain 1 ego resource rest. Okay. I mean, that's something. Has he already pulled? Yeah, bro. The pulling's already over. I'm just lucky. Detonate magic bullet. I have to keep in mind which skills are which. I mean, this looks pretty straightforward though. 35 sanity. Yeah, we're chilling. These guys are getting shit on. How much? I don't remember exactly. It was like 80 pulls or something. It was like something really low. Thoughts on Der Freischiss Otis? She seems good but not amazing. She seems pretty amazing. The only problem is Railway is she's just not made for Railway. But in any content that allows her to like have any chance of stacking like with a teammate that stacks burn a little bit, like her skills roll like a ridiculous number, like an absolutely stupid number. So she actually is pretty like sick, to be honest. She's like ridiculously good, but it's just like not good for specifically Railway, which is unlucky because that's like everything, the only thing I care about. She is like one-tapping all the stupid enemies though. Oh, we hit tails, it's over. Oh, this guy's hitting an awful lot of heads. Oh, never mind. So we need actual burn units then? Well, she doesn't need like that much burn, that's the thing. But it's just like more than we can get in Railway without giving up like good units. That's the problem. Wow, you seriously don't kill this guy? Are you kidding? What a waste of a turn. Lose sanity at 10 or less after attack if at 7. Okay. I see you. Alright, just do it like this. Oh, if you get staggered, it's fucking over, bro. Okay, hold on. I think I should use her skill 3 more liberally. Especially if she's, like, cycling so many of them, because, the deck gets modified. What's it called? The deck gets modified for, if you're team leader. I mean, Hong Lu support and Ish Greg should be good enough engine for base play. I mean, yeah, maybe. One day a question crossed my mind. Okay, I can't read that shit, bro. Like, you can't be... At least let me read it a little bit. Like, come on. For base play, yeah. I mean, base play is not a very high bar. There's a lot of things that would be fine for base play. So you're right. For like 99% of people, this will be her best ID. It's only not going to be her... I'm telling you right now, it's only not going to be her best ID if you're doing Railway low turn, like, actually. Because for everything else, she's pretty great. Her rolls are good. Like, really good. Especially, again, if you can get, like, a tiny amount of burn on an enemy. Like, you just bring Liu Ishmael or something. And your rolls are, like, good enough. To basically be like her skill 1, if it's fully juiced, rolls for like 17 or whatever. Like, that's crazy. 17 is like more than some skill 3s. And then her skill 2 rolls for like 20 something. Like, bro, you're actually disgusting. Neutral, huh? Why am I getting so... I'm getting so many ego resources, I should really use them. Whoopsies. Shouldn't you need burn ego instead of ID? I mean, maybe. You could use a burn ego also. You could use, like, Ardor or something. The problem is, like... The problem with using egos is that you're using ego resources to set up a unit, which is not exactly the best thing, unless that unit is, like, 1v9. Because a lot of the burn egos that are good, like, that would stack your burn significantly, are, like, what's it called? It's like, what's the name? Capote Mersault, right? That's, like, pretty expensive to set up a unit. And, Sheesh! And Ardor Blossom Star, which is also pretty expensive to set up a unit. So it's like, you know, I mean, yeah, it's doable. But it's not like, oh, dude, I didn't kill all of them. Alright, I mean, you know. Capote Salt is 2-1-2. Did I, like, lose or anything? I'll have to check. Stam gain more reward from killing them? Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Then was this corridor, which is not evidently not a containment, also utilized? Must have a tendency to spontaneously appear during certain periods. That comparison may grow increasingly inaccurate. Yeah, okay. Nocturnal March of 100 Demons? Yeah, classic, just like that. Oh, whoops. There's a high chance that these are deals or encounters of similar intent appearing from these volatiles. Okay. Okay. 'Tis two birds with one stone indeed. We may find entertainment. Okay. Sure. What does Capote Mersault cost? The thing is, I use Pursuance
관리자님이 명하는 것이
just because it's AoE. Yeah, I
타인은
only got
어디든
25 out of 30.
무엇이든
Oh
누구든
well.
관통해냅니다. 설령 사랑하는 사람일지라도.
Yo, you get mad shit here. Two Wrath, one Lust, two Sloth. I mean, that's pretty decent. The problem is spending Wrath. I don't think the meta team has that much Wrath generation. That's the problem. Yeah, it's... the Wrath generation is literally... Okay, if we do it like this is the meta team currently, right? If we do it like this, you get skill 1 of Rabbit and then skill 3 of Sinclair. Because on Otis you're never using weight up. Like you're never using it. And because you're discarding it so you cycle it out. At least with Rabbit you were like forced to use the skill 1 sometimes, but like you're really not generating that much Wrath. That's kind of the problem. And you kind of need it for Dawn Pull. Like, that's the other issue. And, what's it called? What's for base ego? Force for the Flames. And Impending Day. Impending Day is the biggest sink that you have, for Wrath. But you also, I mean, Teledon is really good, obviously. For some turns, you just need it. And same thing with Force for the Flames. And then every cycle, you use one Impending Day on Fox, because you want... The way that you farm resources in Railway Low Turn, you basically use Impending Day's passive in order to farm ego resources on the Fox by last hitting the Umbrellas. The thing is, you want to last hit with the skill 1, because you need a shit ton of Gloom in order to fuel Fluid Sack, or not Fluid Sack, Rhyme Shank getting used like every fight. Like, that's basically that's the general strategy, right? So you're not really generating that much Wrath. And if you're using Wrath, it's going to be used on Impending Day most of the time. Or Forest for the Flames sometimes. Because it's a really, really solid setup tool for super cheap. So I kind of don't want to add more Wrath usage to my team. That's why, like, yeah, I mean, obviously Regret's good, but I don't use Regret. And I don't use, what's it called? I don't use, Capote Mersault, because Pursuance does good damage, and it uses resources that you don't really care about. Like, Sloth is not super important of a resource. I'm pretty sure Yasunyata is, like, the only thing that really cares that much about Sloth. Because you're overclocking this constantly also, pretty much. That's, like, her main purpose in Railway, is to overclock Sunyata so that you can get 4 Fragile and 2 Lust Fragility. It's, like, super broken. So, I mean, yeah, ego resources are tight. Because when you're doing low turn, you have less turns to farm for resources. That's the problem. That's what makes it so freaking annoying. Anyways, do we just have to do 30 kills in one encounter? Alright, let's do 30 kills in one encounter. Maybe we should use like an actual good team, huh? Should I, okay. I kind of like using her solo. To be honest, it's kind of funny. We could probably get, okay, we could probably get 30 kills with solo, I think. The only problem is this first turn. This first turn sucks. They're weak to Pierce and Blunt. Okay, if I brought like Ninclair, we'd probably be able to make it pretty easily. Yeah, because we're not like killing them on on turn 1. That's kind of the problem. Bro, just let me clash. Okay, we're staggered. Ninclair's perma 30 plus. Oh yeah, right. I mentioned it before, but I just instantly forgot. Yeah, you get like 25 sanity every time you kill something. I forgot. I'm convinced we can make this work. Like I am convinced.
잠시만, 볼륨 좀 확인해 볼게. 대답 소리가 잘 들리지 않아서 개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
Bro, okay, Malcute like talks a lot, bro. Maybe I won't be using her all the time. She does speak a hell of a lot. I mean, I appreciate her enthusiasm though.
이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
Dude, what are their offense levels? I'm rolling like 30 baseline with my skill tree. Jesus. Yeah, I think if you don't kill them, more don't spawn. Like, they don't spawn as fast, right? Or something? I'm not entirely sure. Why did you not clash? Oh my god, what a waste. I should have used skill 3. You have 5 turns to kill 30? Yeah, I noticed. Hold on, let's check friend requests, just in case. I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Just in case, you never know. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. I love when I update my friends list and then the game almost crashes because I have so many. Alright, you know what? Maybe we just do a normal team comp, huh? Oh, it levels all my IDs up. That's nice. Okay, well, we're going to use you. Let's see. I want you team captain because you're the new ID. They're weak to Pierce and Blunt. I mean, Rabbit's hella good, right? I kind of want Rabbit to get second slot. Nah, I want you to get second slot. Do it like this. Give me Blade Lineage passive for you. And then go here. 5 and then, yeah, 5 is that. You only get 5, alright. Oh, control team Faust. You're right. I could have used Regret Faust. I'll do that in hard mode, obviously. Alright. I just forgot she existed for a second. That's all me.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
씹는 맛이 있나?
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
완벽한 한 발을 위해.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Oh, you really lost that clash? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어. 하지만 여기서
Do
방심하면
it
안 돼.
like, yeah, sure. Just win clashes. Just win clashes, otherwise you do no damage if you lose clash.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야. 깨달았나? 일발장전.
We should totally use Regret Faust. I actually forgot she existed for some reason. She would be so good, actually.
별것도 아니네.
Bro, this guy just evaded like 3 different
우리가 우세를
skills.
점하고 있어. 하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼.
What's up with that?
지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이
오자
모든 걸
터뜨려주지.
끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
Can't confirm she's a bullet train? Jeez, alright.
맛이 있는데?
무지하니까 얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
Oh, we're indiscriminate?
격발.
Oh, we one-shot everyone? Alright, we're good.
방금 너무 근사한 일격이었는데? 관리자님에게 와, 성공이다!
Dawn isn't bad.
뭐야?
I'm not expecting
개체가
her
더
to be
이상
bad.
움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게
Bro,
만들어보자.
how did we do worse this time? Alright, that's actually embarrassing. That's actually embarrassing. How did we end up doing worse than we did before?
격발. 안심해라.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
승리를 위해 살아야.
500. Sheesh.
무지하니까 파수에 완 맞는 거야.
Remaining 5. Yeah, okay, dude. I'm just trolling for some reason apparently. Alright. Us figuring out the team comp.
탄원은 어디든.
We'll go with you, obviously. That was a mistake. I don't know why I didn't. I don't think Twin Hook Gregor's doing that much. I think he's doing the least out of everyone here. Whoops. Could do Reindeer also. Instead of Molar. Maybe that's worth. Yeah, okay, I'm down. Let's do it like 1, 2. Actually, I think I'd rather have you as the leader.
준비는 항상 되어 있습니다.
That's such a nice deployment sound.
준비되었어요.
Mutilate could also come in handy. I think we use you over Twin Hook, maybe. And then I like having your passive.
준비.
Yeah, do it like this.
자, 불 뜯을 시간이다.
Oh wait, we only have 5 participants. I keep thinking we have 6.
제압을
Alright, my bad.
준비합니다.
My Limbus crashed when I got 30 kills.
도움이 될 수 있을까?
Well, hey, get ready to do it again then, eh?
탈출 개체.
Unlucky.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어.
Bro, what? The offense level is so ridiculous. What the hell is that?
무지하니까. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
Oh, we didn't kill one of you.
보여? 개체가
I don't know,
움직이지
like, how
않네.
the enemy spawning
이대로
behavior
남은
works.
대상들도 전부 움직일 수
So
없게
maybe if you
만들어보자.
don't kill all of them on every wave, it's a reset? I'm not sure how it works. We'll learn.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
They have 25 offense level. That is quite low. I will say, that is quite low.
지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
전투에 임하겠습니다.
If you don't kill everything that spawns, you don't get to 30. That's what I had a feeling. I'm glad you confirmed it. So we'll say like 25.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Or not 25, 29 I mean. On this run. Because we failed to kill one guy on wave 1. I mean, we'll test that theory just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure that's correct.
완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
This is normal mode? Yeah, this is normal mode. I'm just doing it to figure out what I'm doing, you know? Just navigating.
맞는 거야. 맞는 거야.
제압 완료.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we'd get 29 because we missed one kill on the first wave. That's why. All right. Nah, I understand. That makes sense. So you have to kill every robot on every wave in order for it to get to 30. That makes sense. All right. So we'll just reset until we get a perfect wave 1, and then the rest is easy. Wave 1 is just tough because of sanity. That's the only problem. Classic. Every single time. It's always sanity.
소란이 줄었네요. 소란이 줄었네요. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
Yeah, okay, maybe lobotomy Faust was a good idea, huh?
씹는 맛이 있는데? 씹는 맛이 있는데?
맞는 거야.
Yeah, 1. Alright, we're good. I think maybe, what if you brought one less person? But wave 1 would be so much tougher then.
제압 완료. 경보에는
I think I like our team as it is. I like our team as it is. I think this is like kind of what I would go with. Where do we come from? We're giving life and... Oh, dude, I can't read that shit, bro. We're giving life and then something.
직접 알게
잠시만.
합니다.
볼륨 좀 확인해 볼게. 대답 소리가 잘 들리지 않아서. 개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로
개체가
계속
약화된 것
나아가보자.
같습니다. 무지하니까
Yeah, he lives on 11. Spam ego. Do you start with ego resources?
이대로 남은 대상들도
If you,
전부
the
움직일 수
only
없게
problem is
만들어보자.
sanity on wave 1. That's literally the only problem. Because once you get the ball rolling, they give you so much sanity that it's good. Like, you can consistently kill all the rest of them, I think. The problem is just wave 1, you just sometimes get unlucky. You start with 0 resources. Noted.
그렇지? 잠시만. 볼륨 좀 확인해 볼게.
탈출 개체
대답
확인.
소리가 잘 들리지
Wave 1 is
않아서.
easy, bro. I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying that it's not consistent.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
Clearly, I'm doing okay. I'm not losing to wave 1 or anything.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해 보면 좋을 텐데.
고통은 없어.
와,
Alright, we're good.
성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부
I would
움직일 수
rather
없게
not.
만들어보자.
Okay, do it like this.
직접 알게 합니다.
더 날 뛰어보라고!
Does sanity hurt her synergy with Ninclair? Well, it's not like...
정리되었습니다.
우리가 우세를
Did we
점하고
leave
있어.
two... We left 2
하지만
robots
여기서
on 1 HP?
방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면
It's not the fact that her,
완벽하고
what's it
모든 걸
called?
끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
It's not her... It's not her passive that,
저의 총구에는
that gives sanity. It's the robots... When the robots die... They give your lowest sanity sinner sanity. They give you like 25 or something.
시작이네. 그렇지?
Or what?
잠시만. 볼륨 좀 확인해 볼게.
No, wait, no. It's like,
소리가 잘
what is it?
들리지
Team
않아서.
Captain passive or something? When this unit defeats an enemy with a skill, 2 allies with the least heal, 25. So, I mean, like, that's what it is, apparently.
직접 알게 함이라. 맞는 거야.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이
날
기세로
뛰어보라고!
계속 나아가보자.
개체가 정리되었습니다.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
개체가 약화되는 것 같습니다. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어보자.
We shouldn't have to use ego. Like, the thing is, we shouldn't have to use ego here. Next wave, maybe. It depends on skill rotation. We should be okay here, though. Because Faust just splatters these guys.
와, 방금 너무 근사한 이격이었는데?
And then you can finish off the last guy? Oh, wait, there is no last guy?
우리는 점하고 있어.
Magic Bullet kind of sweeps you.
지휘팀이라면
And Faust splatters you
완벽한
again.
빈틈 없이 모든 걸
So I'm okay.
탐험해야 하지 않겠어?
탈출 개체 확인.
I mean, I should use ego more. Because otherwise, I'm literally not doing anything with it, but we should be okay.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만
탈출 개체가
계속해보면 좋을
정리되었습니다.
텐데.
제압 완료.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어.
맞는
하지만
거야.
아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수
맞는
있도록.
거야.
Yeah, we're super okay.
성공했어. 보여?
Because
개체가
yeah,
더
once
이상
once
움직이지 않네.
you get momentum,
이대로 남은
it's
대상들도 전부
way
움직일
way
수 없게
it's
만들어보자.
basically over.
탈출 개체 확인. 일발 장전.
I mean, we'll see what happens in hard. I'm assuming hard is just going to be a lot of resetting because of RNG, but I mean, whatever. As long as you only have to do it once, it's okay. Oh, get splattered?
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로
We should
남은
be okay
대상들도
here.
전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어보자.
Yeah, that's fine. You have 3 charge? What the fuck happened? Whoops. Alright.
깡총!
My game crashed for no reason when I cleared. That happened to someone else, right? Or was it you twice? Because I read someone else cleared 30 and then crashed. I don't know if that was you or that was someone else, but that's annoying.
제압 완료.
I want my 300 right now for real. They probably... Oh, it's you twice? That's fucking annoying. I don't know. I don't know if you... Like, maybe it's a platform you're playing on. If you're playing on mobile or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
날 뛰어보라고!
I mean, if it's PC, then, like, obviously, I have no idea.
제압 완료.
Nice. Give
경고에는
me.
익숙해지시는 게 좋을 겁니다.
Doubt.
아직 50일까지
Donnie,
남은 것을
in a single encounter, 77? What the fuck? Real? It's PC? Nah, that's tough. I get 10 turns to kill 77.
도움이 될 수 있을
It's doable because, again, once you start getting momentum in the fight, it's okay. So, I mean, I'm not too worried. It's just like 10 turns, that's gonna be a lot of resetting if you manage to miss any robots. Like, I'll play it safe here. It registered this time for me, no longer mad, my knight is saved. Alright, that's good to hear. Although, if it keeps happening to other people though, then we're gonna have a bit of a problem, right? Wow, okay. Also, Heathcliff is gonna run out of ammo like 2/3 of the way into this, by the way, so I don't have high hopes. Also, we missed a kill on this guy anyway. We should replace Heathcliff. What's our team comp look like? I'm thinking of Isang because he has his base ego is AoE. That's like kind of what I'm thinking of. And you do it like this. Because our Gloom generation is really good. We have Roja skill 1 and Reindeer skill 1. So we do generate a lot of Gloom. Oh, our levels aren't boosted in this either. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. 35 is like good enough. You could also do Sun Shower ego spam. That'll probably get you there, but I think it's fine. Vouching for Queecliff. I was considering Queecliff also. His ego is just not as spammable. That's the only thing that's putting me off of using him. Because his AoE is Sunyata, which is like not quite as spammable. That's the only thing though. That's literally the only thing. Please. Are they oh, they're normal to slash? They're fatal to pride? Okay, I see. That's why we're killing them so fast, huh? Like, this should one-shot you, right? Doesn't this do... Oh, below HP. I thought it was above for some reason. Whoopsies. Nah, 2? That's so sad. If I level my Ting Tang, Mutilate might be able to one-shot these 50 HP guys. That would be huge. This better one-shot you. You're fatal to... Oh yeah, you're dead. You're fatal to Pride and Pierce. Like, there's no way you're alive. Did we leave any alive? We did not. Very nice. Let's do it like this. I'm gonna try Santa Ta with full burn. Good luck. Tell me how it goes. I think Faust as command team leader is super good. Because whenever she last hits, she gets an absurd amount of ego resources as the team leader, which is like really, really nice. She also gets more skill 3s, which are AoE, which is also pretty sick. I mean, you're fine there. Yeah, use a Mind Whip, I guess. Yeah, get vanquished.
고통은 없어.
Oh my god.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지
You
않네.
can't do that.
이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
Did we? Maybe use pursuance just in case. I don't know if we get there here. Actually, use this instead because it's cheaper.
직접 알게 한다.
I don't know if we get there on this wave. This wave is tight.
제압 완료.
재밌네요.
Nah. Oh, that's tough. I don't know if we got there, bro.
환상의 세계로.
Nah, I don't think we get. This is not gonna one-shot everyone. Yeah. We lost two spawns.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어.
Wow,
하지만
really?
여기서 방심하면
You
안 돼.
waste an entire turn, they don't even spawn
팀이라면
until you kill all of them?
완벽하고
That's
빈틈없이
tough.
모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
안심해라. 고통.
Should have used, what's it called? Ebony Stem.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
Lesson learned.
성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
맞는 거야. 개체가 맞는 거야. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 개체가 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
너무 쉽군요.
Man, we've all been there. How does this game hate me? Every single AoE ego rolls tails. Bro, if you saw me on stage 12 of Railway 1, holy fuck, bro. I spent over 12 hours on stage 12 on Railway 1. That shit is actually mean with how many tails I rolled.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네.
Actually fucked
이대로
up.
남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
완벽한 한 발을 위해 정신이 물러 터졌군요. 소란이 줄었네요.
I think we replaced Ting Tang. His skill 1 is not very good. His skill 2 and 3 are like instant one-shots pretty much. But like, his skill 1 is really not favorable. I don't know what I'd replace him though. Like, Cliff maybe.
안심해라. 고통은 없어. 제압 완료. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 제압 완료. 무지하니까 맞는 거야.
I don't know. I think losing that one wave was like really bad.
와, 성공했어.
I think that's gonna do us in.
개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
I think that's gonna do us in for sure. Replace R-ish with Liu-ish? Oh, maybe. Because her skill 2 does not do as much damage. You're not wrong there. 945 damage. Yeah, that's pretty legit.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 제압 완료.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 배가 더 이상 움직이지 않네.
We have 0 magic bullet.
이대로 남은 대상들도
Alright,
전부
just use your
움직일 수
ego.
없게
It's the last turn.
만들어보자.
Just use everything.
직접 알게 하라. 격발. 일발장전. 승리를 위해서라면.
If I used ego more on that one turn, we actually would have had it on almost first try, I think. Because those 3 robots living on 1 HP stalled us 1 turn. That's annoying.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요. 소란이 줄었네요.
Bro, if you're not having fun, then just give it a break and then come back. Take a nap, eat some food or something. Come back in the morning, give it another shot. You have plenty of time. It's not like it's a hurry or anything. This event is going to go on for quite a while, and you only have to clear it like once, so it's okay.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
I've never seen that animation before in my life, by the way. That's crazy. Yeah, 9. So we missed 1 wave worth. Because of that 1 turn we lost. That sucks.
제압 완료.
The team we used could have had it, though. We actually could have had it there.
아직 50일까지 많은 날이 남은 것을 파우스트는 알고 있으니까요.
Look at how much shit we get, actually. Wait, we get so much stuff? I love that ego. She flies away. I have to kill entities with a single attack skill. 7 enemies. I mean, you probably use an ego. I don't know if... I mean, you could use Otis's skill 3, but... You probably do, like, Sun Shower or something for this. And then this is just pretty standard stuff. I don't know, we'll keep going. My Liu-ish is only level 30. I think instead of Liu-ish, what if we use Cliff?
자, 불 뜯을 시간이다.
I think that could work. Apparently, Cliff kind of balls. He kind of balls out of control here, so I'm willing to try it. I'm also willing to bring Isam. Spice Bush. This always annoyed me, by the way. I don't know if this annoys anyone else, but when he says Effloresque Ego Spice Bush, huh, that gets on my nerves, bro. Like, that's annoying. I didn't get her. Can I borrow her? Oh yeah. Did you friend me? I have no request, so I'm assuming you already have me friended, in which case I have her up. You just have to keep, like, going in and out of the support tab, and then you'll find someone with her. Like, yeah, someone will have her. Remaining ordeal entities 1. That's tough, bro. Alright, let's do our support passes properly, shall we? You don't contribute anything. I think that's fine. Ning Claire did most damage. Really? Fascinating, actually. I was not expecting that. Do you have any other support passes that are better? I mean, this support passive is not very good. It's not that good. It's fine. I have to level up Spice Bush. I forgot to. We should level, like... Yeah, we should just level you, actually. I don't know why we're not leveling you. You're the one who's carrying us the entire time anyway. It would actually be so much better if you were leveled. There we go. And then we can borrow someone else's. We'll level you as well. Best Roja ID by a long shot. I have no qualms about leveling you. We can borrow someone's Kui Cliff at level 40. You have Telepole equipped. You have nothing equipped. Well, I wish you had Sunyata, but I guess Telepole will do. At tier 3, at least it has attack weight 3, I guess. Unless I can find someone else's. Oh, there's... Oh, sheesh! Holiday, huh? I'm down for this. This guy's Kui Cliff is fucking swole as hell. I do it like this. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll try this. Only one left? Many such cases, apparently. 83 damage counter? Jesus, that's tough. That is something. Do I really need that banner? I mean, you have plenty of time. The thing is, you have plenty of time to do it. So, if you don't want to do it right this minute, you don't have to, right? That's the thing. I would love it if Faust could last hit this guy. Okay, it's looking like it's not happening. Oh, we're good, we're good.
이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자.
I accidentally brought base Isang to MD3H and is crippling Ninclair as usual. That's a rookie mistake, bro. I mean, I'm guilty of doing the same. It's an embarrassing but understandable mistake. It happens to everyone, I think. Like, literally. It actually happens to everyone. I'm just glad that I came out of this Walpurgis with extra worlds to spare. I think that's like the main thing. Because last Walpurgis I rolled all the way down and that was fucking miserable. Let's use the Sun Shower. I'm gonna play it safe here. I think we kill all of them. This will kill like 2 people. This kills 1 person. This kills 1 person. So that's 4 out of 6. This probably... Okay, no, we should be okay. I shouldn't have to worry about it. We should just kill everyone here, I think. I got spooked by Yasunyata Otis on my on my first 10. That's good. Yasunyata Otis is a good ego. I rolled Otis and stopped, not going 200 for the announcers. That's super valid. That's 100% valid, bro. That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna roll a bit until I spent 5 tremor. This spends 10, right? Max plus 2. Yeah, okay. This will kill 3 people. This kills 1. This kills 1. You have 7 people. This is 5. This is 6 kills. We should be good here, depending on how the damage lines up. We should be okay. It's annoying that you can't see the AoE targeting, though. But yeah, that's super valid. I wasn't gonna roll down for the announcers either, because like I don't want to pity announcers because they don't actually serve any gameplay purpose. I mean, it would be nice to have, obviously, but that guy really lives on 1, huh?
맞는 거야.
가까워진다. 항해. 가까워진다. 항해.
Take the Otis, and if you're not absurdly unlucky to get to Isang, just dip. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
개체가 더 이상
I would not
움직이지
roll
않네.
down all the way
그대로
if
남은 개체들도 전부
if I were
움직일 수
you.
없게 만들어보자.
Once you get Otis, just leave. For sure.
피워보지.
Neat got everything? Yes, sir. I got everything.
이 스며들
Just looked at Reddit. It seems Threadlux is bugged.
오산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
I skipped Threadlux anyway, so I'm chilling with that. Wow, okay. That almost one-shot everything. Seems Sunshower was the correct choice. Oh my god. Wait, we just actually smurfed on every enemy.
다시 못
I
살게
used all of my
만들
Faust
것이오.
Tremor.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가
Okay,
더 이상
Sunshower,
움직이지 않네.
guys, if you're
그대로
struggling.
남은 개체들도 전부 움직일
Guys,
수
if you're
없게
struggling,
만들어보자.
use Sunshower Isang. He kind of shreds every enemy in the game. A little bit. Just use this ego over and over again. I think you'll be fine.
완벽한 한 발을 위해.
제압 완료.
Comes back in 3 months if you end up wanting them that badly. Yeah, like, just get units. Get things that are actually practically useful first. I mean, obviously, duh. Unless you really want Malcute that badly. But, like, I would not spend everything trying to get Malcute, right?
이 스며들 듯한
I wonder if this will
힘.
kill 7 people and get that
오산이
mission
새지나
done.
않나 모르겠어.
That sounds like 7 kills. That sounds like a lot of kills. I don't know how many that was, but that's you lived on 1. Okay, that's
다시
hella
못 살게
depressing.
구는 일은 없을 것이오.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상
I love that
움직이지 않네.
crunching stupid ass like sound effect. I don't know.
전부 움직일 수 없게
Something about
만들어보자.
that crunchy sound effect just gets me going. We can just keep doing it if we want. We can just keep going. Fuck it. Fuck it, why not? We got the resources.
직접 알게 함이라.
You might want to bring Ishmael. Blind Obsession fucks. I'm thinking... I don't have Blind Obsession. I could borrow it from someone, though. You're right. But, I mean, I don't want to use like, I don't want to spam both of them because it's a little bit too intensive on ego resources. You just use whichever one you have. And I think that'll be plenty. I don't think you need to bring both. Unless you're, like, hella struggling. We'll see.
무지하니까
늘어졌네 저거.
But I think Sunshower is doing quite a fine job already. Although maybe this turn might be tight, actually. There's 2 of them on like 100 HP. I don't know if I kill both of them.
다시 못
Did that other
살게
guy
구는
die?
일은 없을
Nah!
조심하면 안 돼.
That sucks.
지휘팀이라면
Alright.
완벽하고 빈틈없이
That's
모든 걸
close.
끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
That's so close. I should have used another ego just to be safe. I mean, you live and you learn. I didn't kill 7 people with the same attack. Oh well. Yeah, greed. Yeah, it was greed. It was greed. I'm willing to admit, I played it a little greedy and got punished.
오늘도 즐거운 하루의 시작이네. 그렇지?
My hubris. My hubris is my downfall. I mean,
소리가 잘 들리지 않아서.
I'm sure everyone has been there.
완벽한 한 발을 위해.
무지하니까 맞는 거야.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
As long as Faust last hits an enemy, we're in a good spot. Because we start ramping ego resources quickly if she does. Because she's team leader.
이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Actually,
보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지
I think...
않네.
Do 5 spawn on wave 5?
전부
Or
움직일
wave
수 없게
2?
만들어보자.
I'm not gonna take it. the chance. The fact that she rolled tails there means that we lose out on a lot. I mean, the attempt dies, but also we lose out on sanity, we lose out on ego resources. It's just a rough situation.
나만 믿고 다들 집중해줘. 도움이 될 수 있을 거야.
완벽한 한 발을
무지하니까
늘어졌네.
맞는 거야. 개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
다시 못
괴로워하는 게
살게 구는
느껴지지
일은
않아?
없을
이
것이오.
기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 탈출
That's
개체가
much better.
정리되었습니다.
That's much better.
성공했어.
I'm a big fan of what happened there.
개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어 보자. 맞는 거야.
제압
Just
완료.
corroded abs and staggered my Otis with a burn tick. Going into wave 5? Yeah, you're a genius. You're a genius for sure for that one, bro. That is crazy.
완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
I think we should get there on this wave.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
Ardor corrosion is actually like so fucked up.
심장.
방금 공격은
You can't copy paste the pinned
이대로만
text.
계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
I apologize. There's not much I can do to help you.
격발 집중 안심해라.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더
You can take it up
잘해보자고.
with YouTube, bro. There's nothing I can do.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어. 하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼.
What is your ego cost?
완벽하고 빈틈없이
Gloom, Sloth,
모든 걸
and
끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
Lust. I don't think that contends with anything on Sunshower. I mean, Gloom, yeah, but we have plenty. Oh, it contests with Sloth too, but we also have plenty of that. We should use your ego more then. Because this actually has a lot of weight and it's blunt, which is really good.
직접 알게 하느라.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다
Yeah, that's quite good.
엽을 떠올려.
Yeah, okay.
맞는 거야.
가까워진다. 항해 끝.
격발 안심해.
Did we just shoot one guy?
고통은 없어.
Okay.
맞는 거야.
I mean, that got us there.
성공했어. 보여?
Uh,
개체가 움직이지 않네. 이대로
You
남은
actually do get an
대상들도 전부
AoE on your
움직일 수
skill
없게
here. That's
만들어보자.
cool. I'm down for that. Let's do it like this. We can use Sun Shower here. No problem.
탈출 개체 확인.
무지하니까
탈출 개체
맞는 거야.
가까워진다. 항해 끝.
Hit heads. Fuck! Shit!
스며들 듯한
That sucks.
우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
I mean, we still do a lot of damage. I think we still get there. Yeah, we should still get there.
탈출 개체가
But that
정리되었습니다.
sucks. Oh my god, you losing that clash actually sucks.
그들어졌고 다시 못
You better
살게
roll
구는 일은
heads.
없을
Okay, okay.
것이오.
We get there because he has AoE on a basic skill. Thank God. Thank God.
개체가 더 이상 움직이지
Ugh.
않네. 이대로 남은 대상들도 전부
The problem with
움직일
hate
수
tier
없게
egos,
만들어보자.
you're like basically just fucking gambling. You're gambling on whether or not it hits heads or not. And we'll play it safe here. No more gamer greed. No more gamer greed. Actually, we'll do it. We'll do over here because this uses not many resources from. This doesn't use many resources either from Sun Shower, so they don't
탈출
compete.
개체 확인.
What about Gash, Harpoon, Gregor? There's a consideration. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with passives. Gash Harpoon is just what I had equipped. I think it's probably the best one though. It's like the only Gregor passive that gives damage, I think. Got 76 out of 77. Yeah, bro. Nah, I know the feeling, bro. It's gamer greed. It's the gamer greed. Yeah, you just need to use egos a little more liberally and you'll get there.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은
The gamer greed gets me every time. You don't have enough tremor for this. Uh, 5, 10, 15, do it like this. You didn't use Ebony Stem last turn? Wow, okay. That's how it is, huh? We should be able to get away with not using Sun Shower this turn. We should be able to. Should. Let's use some of our Wrath. Just to be safe. Why not? We should be able to get away with not using it this turn. If I had Uptie 4, 4th match Flame here, it would actually be useful. But that's good enough. I just failed my first run on the first turn because Otis, who's team leader, she got 2 magic bullets and fired because of skill 2 before hand rolled tails and didn't kill. Well, GG, bro. Hey, good try. At least it was the first turn and not the last one, huh? Alright, we made it there easily, actually. This turn we're kind of... Our strategy is a little bricked. Do it like this. Favored, huh? Oh well. Do it like this. Just use egos liberally. Don't feel pressured not to, of course. Wrong one. Do it like this. Actually, do it like this. I just got 1 off on my first hard mode attempt. Yeah. Hard mode is annoying, but it's not like super bad or anything. It's just a little annoying. You'll get there. Again, if you're not having fun, just take a break and come back to it later. It's no shame. Absolutely zero shame. Remember, video games are supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, why bother? Something that I live by every day. I remember. 07, Reggie. What a fucking guy. But yeah, if it's not fun, why bother? Otis has 3 attack weight on Holiday. Yeah, that's actually fair. I'm gonna call it there anyways. It's almost midnight. Yeah, that's valid. Alright, wave 9. Let's Magic Bullet. Magic Bullet should just mop the floor with these blokes. So that's fine. I think. Should we play it safe? Yeah, let's play it a little safe. Fine. You've convinced me. I'll play it a little safe. Let's get a Fluid Sack teed up here. And a Sunyata Heathcliff too. Why not? Because we have excess resources. Play it a little safe. We literally have 2 turns left. Why not? I don't know if it's bugged, but Holiday looks funny as fuck on this stage. For real? No, we hit tails! I mean, we still get 200 damage, but Now we hit tails again. Oh my god. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Not like this. Not on turn 9. Not on turn 9.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
We're looking okay. We're looking okay, actually.
가까워진다. 항해.
무지하니까
다시 못 살게
맞는
구는
거야.
일은 없을 것이오.
개체가 약화 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다. 탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
맞는 거야.
Oh. Whew. Okay, we're good.
더 이상 움직이지 않네.
Let's go with
이대로
this.
남은 대상들도
Just
전부 움직일
just
수
play it
없게
very,
만들어놔.
very safe. Favored, huh? Oh well. You have 22 tremor. That's awesome. Love to hear it. Do it like this. Do it like this. And then you go like double skill 3. Or maybe you go like Pursuance Rhyme Shank. That's probably better. Alright. Don't play it safe. W advice. I think we're good. Neutral? Let's turn that into a win, huh? Yeah, okay, this is looking pretty good. Wow, we are strategic genius! Yes, sir, you know it. God damn.
승리를 위해서라면
We are strategic genius. Alright, we made it.
여행은 목적이 있었지.
Honestly, okay, the fact that you don't have to grind this event, it's a welcome change. I'm glad they didn't do 2 grind events and at the same time concurrently, because I would have gotten so burnt out. So I'm glad. I'll be copying this when I can. Well, yeah. I mean, you can copy if you want. I have no problem with that. You can use whatever you like.
제압 완료.
There's probably a million combinations of things that work.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
You just need a fair strategy and a little bit of luck, and you're good. Look at Mr. Streamo Ego Spammer. SMH, not my streamer. Top 10 Railway. Not... Bro, you have never low turn Railway if you don't think that it's also just ego spamming.
지면이 울릴 때마다 네
Uh,
업을 떠올려라.
low turning Railway is still just ego spamming. I hate to break it to you. Yeah, we hit tails. Fuck that.
이 스며들 듯한 비에 우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
Alright, we made it easily. We're good. Thing is, I can't copy it because I don't have Quee, Heathcliff, Regret Faust, nor New Otis. Out of the 3, you borrow Regret Faust. Also, you don't have to use Quee, Heathcliff, like, at all. I just used him because I felt like it, but you can definitely use, like, Twin Hooks Gregor, have a similar result. Like, literally, like, there's a million things that work, actually. I'm not kidding. You could probably use, like, you could probably use W Ryoshu too, or something like that, and it would work just fine, I bet. I'm not kidding. I could get Regret Faust next MD3. Alright, that's good. So then, you know, you can get, oh, we still didn't last hit the 7 enemies, huh? Yeah, you can get it pretty solidly. As long as you have Sun Shower Isang, or... what does this look like? Oh, this is hella clean, actually. L-Corp Control Team. Yeah, as long as you have like a 7... oh, I like that. I like that. That's nice. Replace Magic Hellbus. Please. Yeah. That's nice. I like that. That's good. How much attack weight is the gold standard for Railway? If you don't mind elaborating upon the question further, I'll be happy to answer. I don't exactly understand what you mean by what is the gold standard for attack weight.
그리고
Let's see if it's bugged or not. Skipping seems fine. Oh yeah, my team is fucked up, huh? Where's our solo Otis? We'll try solo Otis XP Lux. For AoE nukes, are the premier egos 3, 5, 7? Oh, I see. I mean, they're not really by weight as much. Here, I'll show you. It's not really that contingent on weight, because once you get the heavy buff, for the enemies and their slot weight goes up like a ridiculous amount, then the weight is not super important. It's mostly about utility. Like, obviously 7 is the best. Like, Sun Shower is probably the best, one of the best egos in Railway. But, like, just generally speaking, most of the egos that you use are utility. And it's not basically just about the weight. There's a lot more that goes into it. Like, 4th Match Flame has a weight of 1, but it's... Or Force for the Flames, I mean, is weight 1, but it's good because too fragile. What else? This stupid-ass, Ardor Blossom Star is weight 3. Sometimes it comes up, but not really. It's just useful to have in the back pocket. Rhyme Shank, obviously, is, like, the most used ego. You basically build your entire team strategy around farming resources for Rhyme Shank. So, you know, it's just, like, about the sinking, mostly. And then also with, Sunyata. Sunyata's attack weight of 1, but the corrosion is 2 lust fragility, and then 4 fragile, if you get a little lucky and hit tails, right? So, it's not really about the attack weight, right? It's mostly about the, utility. Thinking about it with new Otis and how many magic bullets to charge before going for pop-off. I mean, in Railway, I think she's going to be hella unviable, to be honest. Because her skill 3, doesn't do enough damage fast enough. Because most fights end in, like, 2-3 turns. And you can't get extra slots. Like, that's the main problem. You can't get extra slots in Railway. So, she doesn't ramp her damage very quickly. That's, like, the main problem. Anyways, where's my XP Lux team? This is Mirror Dungeon. This is like solo Otis. I'll turn this into XP Lux. Why not? Let's do it like this. 3, 4.
불 시간이다.
3,
4. What's another piercing damage ID? Oh yeah, WE Song is a good one. 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Just do it like this, I guess. I don't fucking know. Don't have many of the premier tools for low cycle clear, so planning to use her to shave off some time on current 5 cycle. Yeah, that's not... Nah, it's completely fine. You don't have to be like... You don't have to go for like world record or anything. As long as you're having fun and you're happy with your score, there's no problem with whatever score you get. As long as you're happy with it, it's fine.
이 틈을 파고들어서 완벽하게 제압시켜보자. 오자 터뜨려주지.
Like, just play whatever, play until you don't have fun anymore. Basically, like, as long as you're willing to reset and you're like, yeah, I'm still having fun, then it's then why not just keep going, you know what I mean?
이대로 남은 대상들도 전부 움직일 수 없게 만들어보자.
But, like, Railway 2, in particular, for me, is not that fun compared to Railway 1. So, that's why I don't play it anymore, personally. I do keep in touch with the strategy, and I know how to execute the strategy enough because I did it in Season 2. I was playing it a lot in Season 2. But, you know, once Season 3 hits, and then the level cap increase, from 35 to 40, so I basically would have to redo the entire thing, except, like, you know, level cap increase, so you can technically just shave off turns because of numbers, and then, like, new IDs and stuff, like, you know, that's kind of what turned me off, so I don't play it in Season 3, personally, but I can give you some advice about it if you're curious. but just generally speaking. Because unfortunately, I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I'll mention it again because it's freaking annoying. But when I upgraded my PC, my C drive got like wiped out of like 7 months of data or whatever. Like I tried to repair it, but it only repaired up to like 7 months ago. So I lost like a shit ton of screenshots from my railway clears because those happened like less than 7 months ago. And the Steam screenshots are saved on the C drive by default, and I didn't think it would be an issue. But then I was looking through my Steam screenshots. I was like, you know, whatever. I would like usually again, you know, I screenshot like whenever I gacha pull stuff too, to make thumbnails and stuff. So I was looking through my like screenshots folder, and it was like I lost all my turns. No. So I mean that sucks, bro. I'd have to do another low turn run in order to get the screenshots back. It's not too attractive of an idea to me. So you know, I'm kind of in it is what it is territory at the moment. But it's hella unlucky and very inconvenient. The bosses are better, but Railway itself is depressing and tedious. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, it's not the same feeling as it was in Railway 1 for me, where, like, the elation from Railway 1 is kind of like the same thing with like when I reroll on gacha games. It's like once I get a clear, it's like I have it, right? And it's like that pride of like, yes, I have it. Like, you know, I got 2-turn wolf or whatever, like one turn Ichthys, like yes, and then I can look back and go, nice, dude, I worked hard and I got it and I don't have to do it again. But then it's like Railway 2 comes along and you have to clear the same fucking bosses like 3, 4, 5 times or whatever. I'm like, you know, even though technically there is a limited number of times you have to clear the bosses. Oh, I only have to clear Steam Engine, you know, I only have to clear Steam Machine 5 times, you know? Technically it's the same. There's only 29 stages to clear or whatever, right? But like, it's not the same feeling because I see the same boss again, bro. Like, what the fuck, you know? It's like, I already did this stage, I just have to do it again? Like, you're telling me I have to do this shit 5 times? Come on, bro. Like, kind of annoying to me. That's why I don't like it that much, because it doesn't give me that same, like, it's part of just like serotonin for me, bro. It's subconscious feeling, I can't help it, all right? But it's like, it gives me satisfaction when I move past an obstacle after working hard to get over it, right? So like Railway 1, even though the stages are less inspired and half of them were just recycled enemies from the first 3 chapters, like, you know, at least when I get a 4-turn N-Corp, I'm like, holy shit, dude. That is like euphoria, you know? Like splattering all of the N-Corp Inquisitors with Fluid Sac and Legerdemain, like that is so satisfying, and then I never have to do it again. And it's like one less thing, and I can count down the stages left. I'm like, I just did stage 4. Yes! Now I get to do stage 5, and there's only like 9 stages left. It's just not the same with Railway 2, bro. It is what it is. I wished it was like Railway 1, but said new bosses rather than fighting the same bosses. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. I wish it was just a little more variety. You know. I also miss the extra skill slots from Railway 1. Oh, for sure. Now, that's another huge thing. It ruins a lot of creativity when you remove the extra skill slots. I feel like people, like, for some reason, the casual elitists especially are like the haters of extra skill slots, because they're like, nah, it's so cringe. All you do is cheese the boss with extra slots on Dan and Ryoshu and whatever. Like, that's not fun. That's not tactical or anything. You're just giving extra slots to the best units. Yeah, okay, but like, it takes an extra amount of skill to realize like which units to give the extra slots to. Sure, there's only like, you know, there's only a couple of units where you would consider even giving extra slots to them, right? But like, you know, it adds the dimension of like, okay, well, the max slot is, you know, max number of slots is 7, so how many do I bring? Do I bring 5 units and then I double up slots on 2? Do I bring 4 units, double up slots on 3? Do I bring 6 units and just double up on 1? Like, there's so much build and, you know, diversity, just adding that ability to give extra slots to units, because all of a sudden you open up insane psycho strategies like 3-unit KQE is crazy, bro. That strat is fucking wild. I love that strategy so much, the 3-unit KQE. But like, you know, instead people act like it removes like stupid cheese mechanics because extra slots are broken. But then guess what? Instead, now you just end up bringing the 7 strongest sinners in the game every single stage and then change maybe one of them. Like, whoa, is that really so much more interesting and worth sacrificing? Like the ability to solo, the ability to do like diversity builds and stuff like that. Is it really worth sacrificing all of that just to remove extra slots? Like, nah, like I think that was like a huge mistake, in my opinion. But I mean, that's just me, you know. It did not help. it did not help my opinion of it either. But anyways, if you made it this far and you're still watching, I appreciate it. Like the stream, freaking like the stream, man. I'm kidding, but I would appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. I think that's enough Limbus for now, because we don't really have that much to do. I mean, if you really want to see me farm the freaking 7 Dawn of Green entities with a single attack skill, then I mean, sure, but I don't think it would be that interesting. So we're gonna swap off of Limbus, and we're just gonna do like, you know, we're gonna do some reacting maybe, and just wind down because it is getting late. We'll finish this SGU video that we were watching before about the She IDs. First of all, let's go here. Turn off this, turn this on. We'll finish watching this video. We can turn it to normal speed now. And then, you know, maybe we'll watch the first part. We'll watch the 30-minuter of how he beat Refraction Railway 2 with the worst team possible. Hey, don't say see ya. I'm not done streaming, okay? I'm just done playing. Because there's not much else to do in the game right now, you know. But we'll finish watching
content
some
like
videos.
Railway and Dungeons. Since you have to not use Healing Ego or use it sparingly, since a lot of Healing Ego target the lowest HP allies, which will more often than not be your She IDs, unless you made a
well, I don't want to talk over him, so
the payoff needs to justify the conditional. And in Dawn's case, her payoff is by far the worst of the She IDs.
That's
her
true.
Her only benefit from being below 50% HP is 4 more haste next turn after using her skill 2.
I'm gonna
Outside
bed,
of just
so
making
good
her
night
able to have
and
her
see
Zoomy
you.
times,
All
this
right.
guarantees you the plus
Good
5
night.
skill power
I'm glad
of
you stayed
Overbreathe,
up till
which brings
midnight.
it to a total of 30
I appreciate
power,
your view
which
time,
is good,
of course.
but absolutely
And
not
your presence,
worth the effort
don't
required
worry.
to get her below 50% HP.
Thank you for tuning in.
Since you are
as
basically
usual.
sacrificing
Good
half
night.
your health and the usage of Healing Ego for a 20% increase to your skill 3, which is 1/6 of your entire kit. Now, the good thing is, again, this means She-Dawn is a better ID overall than Heathcliff or Ishmael, since the payoff for her conditional is just not worth it, meaning you can play her completely normally and not miss out on much at all.
Yeah.
But as a She ID that is assumedly meant to interact with the low HP mechanic, Dawn certainly deserved more of a benefit from being low on health.
1 ESCO point if you know what the status condition is for? My ass is not getting an ESCO point for this, actually. What is this? Does anyone know what this is? What is the status effect? Bro, what is that? Whoops. Bro, what is that? Debuffs. Is it a debuff? Neutral? Exclusive to certain battles or enemies? Baba Yaga's coming? A sign? Kanto 4. Expanding Sorrow? Donbeck? Is it Donbeck? No, it can't be Donbeck. Because it would be in here. Kanto 4, right? It would be in here. Bro, what is that? Intervalos? Other? Drenched Sin? Blooming Sin? Hold on. Bloomed Rose? Bro, what is it? It's not even in here. Undefiable Command. Bro, what? Marked Larva? Test of Big Brother? Bro, am I crazy? I must have missed it or something, bro. Unless it's just not in here. Discard, Vengeance Mark, Pink Ribbons, Talisman Gaze, Weakness Analyzed. Nah, I've seen that icon before, I swear to God. They have Unjust Enrichment in here, bro. There's no way they don't have it in here. They have Twin Hook's Gregor's thing in here. Alright, I'm lost, bro. Like, you stumped me. You got me. I have no fucking idea what that is. Is that from... Is it from LOR? It looks like it's Limbus, though, because of the art style, like the dotted status effect. Is that from LOR, maybe? I have no fucking idea. Most likely in the comments? Bro, hold on. It actually might be an LOR status effect. I'm actually crazy, maybe. I'm going insane. Battle Symbols? Is it Battle Symbols? No, that's wrong. It's... Bro, stats? Am I blind? Status effects? Burn Fairy? Nah, the art style is so different in this game. There's no way. Nullify Power Charge Smoke Erosion? Runa Database? Nah, there's no way. There's no way that it's a status effect from this game. The art style is just so different. Because look, it has like the dotted texture. It has the Limbus dotted texture on it. Like the haste arrow has the dotted texture. The heart has the dotted texture on it. I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm not looking through all of these, bro. There's a 0 chance. I just did my polls. Got everything except Malcute. At least it was 70. 70 is pretty good. Bro, where's this fucking set? Yeah, I got no fucking idea, bro. This guy is onto something. Hey,
Health.
I have no clue.
But on the other hand, we have Heathcliff, who has conditions present on every single one of his skills, whether those be poise conditions or below 50% HP ones. And oh boy, is he reliant on these to be good, or really, even particularly usable. For the skill 1 and 2, they gain the same benefit of +2 skill power. This means instead of rolling a 10 and a 15, he would roll a 12 and a 17, which makes his clashing go from below average to slightly above average. And while I really do mean slightly, it is a marked improvement. But the main thing is this skill 3, where there is lots to talk about. Firstly, at 10 plus poise count, this gets the same +2 skill power. Now, while this is nice and would help supplement even more damage to this skill, let's think back. Where exactly does
you found it? No. Where? You can't post links in YouTube, so you're just gonna have to tell me what it is, because you can't send the link to it, because YouTube automatically deletes links, rightfully so. Perilous Heart from Sunshower in Dawnback fight. Wait, so you were right. Wait, so why is it not here? Exclusive to certain battles and enemies. Kanto 3? Nah. Kanto 4? They just don't have it on the wiki? That's fucked up. What the hell? That's fucked up, actually. It's a mistake in the wiki. I mean, this is why I don't fucking use Phantom. Phantom is ass, bro. I would say don't at me, but like it is actually ass.
Not from.
I hate Phantom wiki.
3 poise count on the skill 1 means that Heathcliff will get this after about, never amount of turns have passed, since he would have to cycle all of his skills multiple times to get this condition on his own, and would be critting and losing poise count every turn, so this is a good example of a conditional that practically does not exist in regular play. Getting back on track, the second...
What do you use besides Fandom? I don't use wikis for this game. I just, like, know everything. I mean, I just know every important thing. Like, I know what every ID does. Some more than others, but I know generally what every ID does. Like, status effect-wise. Like, I could probably name most of the relevant IDs for every status effect, right? I know, like, every ego, generally. The relevant ones. Like, I know all of the information that I would ever need to know. Like, you know, I couldn't tell you how much poise Heathcliff gains on skill 1. Apparently it's 3 poise count. I would, if you ask me that shit, like, obviously I would not know. But, you know, I know generally what everything does. Just use Kusoge. I mean, apparently, Kusoge has not been working for me recently. I haven't checked in a couple weeks. But... it hasn't been cooperating with me recently. I don't think it exists anymore. I'm dead ass. I don't think it exists anymore. You can look for it. I'm not gonna spend time looking
less than
for it.
50% HP, attack weight plus
I think
1.
Kusoge as a website just fucking died. Like, I think it imploded or something. I can't find it anywhere. If you do find it, let me know.
Heathcliff into the limelight for a time after Uptide 4's release. +1 attack weight would mean double damage on a skill that...
Where the hell did it go? Jeez, man. It does. It just doesn't like showing up on Google. What is the URL? Isn't it like .limbus.xyz or something? Hang on. No, just type in the words without the periods and I'll fill in the periods. Like, actually, I don't know what it is. Limbus Kusoge XYZ. Really? Oh, I put in 2 periods. Whoops, that's that one's on me. Come on. Fuck. Come on. Wait, it does exist. Why does it just not... why does it hate showing up? Alright, give me the fucking... put it on bookmarks. I'm never losing you again, my beloved. I don't know why he didn't show up before, but... there you go. Alright, yeah. I mean, this is like the most accurate wiki. I don't know why it doesn't show up on Google. It used to show up all the time. But yeah, this is like the best wiki we have, I think. Does it show up in here? Maybe it does. What's it called? Perilous Heart. Yep. Hey, there it is. Fuck me, bro. It's right there. So yeah, that's how you know this wiki's good. Alright.
That already deals a respectable amount of damage.
Thank you,
Remember that 42
everyone.
raw damage from before? We can now comfortably call that 84 raw damage, which is very strong, and I don't want to understate that.
Yeah, 84
However,
is a ridiculous
this
number.
conditional increase comes with conditions.
True.
+1 attack weight sounds good, and is good for fights where you are getting value out of it. But let's assume Heathcliff is fighting an abnormality with his team. +1 attack weight could hit another part of the abnormality, yes,
yeah.
But 8 to 9 out of 10 times, you are only ever attacking one part of an abnormality.
True.
Meaning that if one part is broken and fatal,
Yep.
the other one will likely take only normal damage, or even worse.
Yep.
Slightly lowering the effectiveness of this +1 attack weight.
True. Nah,
does
he's
apply
actually
to
so
all.
right for this. I feel like that's again a thing that a lot of people don't think about, especially who was it that was asking about attack weight ego before? That's like one thing that yeah, Damon Rook, if they are still around. I'm not gonna assume gender, but if they are still around, that is like one of the reasons why attack weight is not super important when you're doing railway, and it's more just about the effects on the ego and the utility, because that's what egos are. They're just like situational utility usually. Because, yeah, you basically just focus one part. The attack weight doesn't matter that much because the other parts are going to be not taking very much damage usually. There are some exceptions. And there are times where you're killing ads, like on Sign of Roses and stuff. Like, you do want to kill ads. Unless you're doing, like, Sinking Strat and you just ignore everything and just burst him with Rhyme Shank. Crazy, I know. But
fights,
yeah,
but it
that
is
is
most
a big
obvious in
reason why.
abnormalities, because you really do only ever stagger one target there. Obviously, more damage is more damage, so I really shouldn't complain, but it is a bit of a gripe I have with attack weight increases in the game as a whole, especially 2 attack weight skills like what She Heathcliff has. With his condition active, it's not crazy to say She Heathcliff is better than She Dawn. I would actually generally agree. However, She Heathcliff needs that condition to be active, and to have it be able to actually get value, which is certainly not the case every time. No less, he has a similar problem to She Dawn. The main benefits are with that skill 3, of which you only have one of in your skill deck.
Yeah.
Meaning you only find real good value one time out of every
like
6 skills.
turns. Yeah.
Now, the increase to clashing and damage on the skill 1 and 2 should not be ignored. But it's pretty fair to say the majority of the value is found right here. Again, don't get me wrong. This value is big, especially if you run him in mirror dungeons, and especially if you get him with a skill replacement. It's absolutely worth it to bring him to low HP, since mirror dungeons heavily favor attack weight, since enemies usually only start with one skill slot, which makes it...
Yeah, see, the problem is, like, the main problem with that is, like, a lot of the mirror dungeon healing is just broken, so you're kind of neutering the rest of your team if you're just trying to use She Heathcliff. So even though his skill 3 is, like, super good, you're kind of gimping the rest of your team just to make his skill 3 better, right? Because if you're, like, giving up stuff like Homeward on purpose, like, we all know how broken Homeward is. You can literally play, like, a Brainlet, Lobotomy Patient, and still win in Mirror Dungeon hard if you have Homeward, right? So, just, like, not taking Homeward because you want to make She Heathcliff's skill 3 better, it just makes your entire team weaker. Because, like, a skill that does technically have, like, what did he say, like, 84 base power or something? You know, that's a good skill, but, like, the rest of your team will not appreciate, you know, their skills add up to more than 84 base power, I'll tell you right now. So being able to use them more freely is definitely much better of an advantage than just trying to juice She Heathcliff and giving up every source of healing, right? So... you know, that's kind of another issue that I have with She IDs, especially in Mirror Dungeon. That's why I don't use them very often.
However, I don't think I would recommend She Heathcliff's conditional for something like Railway or general boss fights, which is a real shame since if we just expand this concept out a little bit more and gave his skill 2 +1 attack weight as well, we have an ID who, while still not insanely strong, certainly could hold his own niche in attacking multiple enemies at once. Even if the skill 2 is not that good on its own, literal double damage would help a ton.
Yeah.
And an ID with 2 skills with 2 attack weight would be really cool and justify that absolutely massive sword he lugs around.
Alright.
Now, while I would not call Heathcliff's condition disappointing, it does pale in comparison to what I think is the most well done and balanced conditional in the game with She Ishmael. Her kit comes together completely when she is below 50% HP for various reasons, but we should start with the biggest one by far, and that is Flashing Strike, which, yes, is the same name as Heathcliff's skill 3. The She aren't very creative when it comes to names, but this skill reuses both its coins. Once again, using raw damage, we find this increase is actually more than double due to how Limbus's coin system works. Without the condition active, this deals 22 raw damage, and with it, a frankly ridiculous increase to 60 raw damage, a 38 damage increase. To put into perspective just how good this is,
gaming.
Let's compare the 2 Flashing Strikes and mark the differences. First of all, She Ishmael's Flashing Strike clashes higher. Yes, that's right. The reused coins are rolled in a clash as well, meaning we are clashing at a 21, which is easily the best clashing skill 2 a 2-star can have. Heathcliff's maximum is 19 by comparison, but realistically that will never go above 17. In terms of raw damage, Heathcliff does win out when we account for the 50% damage conditional, but the most key difference...
yeah, you get 2 Flashing Strikes. It's funny mention to not own, since for a while... because I was on mobile on old device, my tutorial bugged and I never got the she-ish roll. Well, I mean, you're not missing out on that much at least. You got Grandma Otis? Yes, I did. And it did not take a million rolls because she's an ID. How awesome is that? But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you get 2 flashing strikes for Ishmael's skill 2. So for every cycle of the deck, you get like 60 by 2 base power total. Like if we want to talk about it like that. So you get 120 total base power value out of Ishmael's skill 2s for every cycle of 6 skills versus Heathcliff's 1 skill 3 is 84. So
is that Heathcliff's Flashing Strike is a skill 3. For some reason, Project Moon thought it was a good idea to make She-Ishmael have a 4-coin, 21 rolling skill 2, meaning you can feel the massive value of being at low HP 33% of the time.
Yes.
However, there is still so much more, like the fact that all the damage is focused on a single target, meaning there's no need to worry about making use out of some attack weight, or like how this skill gives 4 poise potency and 8 poise count in combination with She-Ishmael's passive. Poise count is relevant for both her skill 3 and counter, making them deal more critical damage, so having such easy access to 8 count is a relief considering how many poise IDs usually struggle for count. The last few things to tie She-Ishmael nicely together is her skill 1 giving even more poise potency, meaning she can maintain poise count relatively well, and her potency gain means she will be critting reliably enough to make the otherwise lackluster poise damage bonus of 20% flat actually feel like it matters. And her skill 3 is a panic button when getting a little too close to dying, which is a really nice safety net that the other two severely lack. Needless to say, She-Ishmael practically becomes a whole new ID when below 50% HP, and is a perfect demonstration on how to make a condition like that worth it, while not making her overpowered due to the difficulty of maintaining the condition still remaining. And ever since launch, we have sadly still not seen an ID that takes a difficult conditional to quite this level of drastic change, which is kind of a real shame.
I agree.
And those are the 3 She-IDs, who I really do think demonstrate very nicely and concisely the 3 different kinds of payoff. There are more, but at least these 3 are the main ones. Dawn has a negligible payoff, but her base kit is solid enough to not need it, so playing interconditional is just never worth it. Heathcliff's base kit kinda sucks ass, but his payoff is good and he absolutely wants it to be good, but the difficulty of the condition sometimes holds him back, since his main payoff, in my opinion at least, is just not as reliable. So he's sometimes worth playing into. And then She-Ishmael is average in her base kit, and relies hard on her payoff, but it's well worth investing some turns into, so she is almost always worth it. While conditionals and payoff are really simple concepts, they are something a lot of people take for granted and tend not to think too hard about. And so I wanted to scratch another one of those core Limbus mechanics off of my to-do list. I also wanted to make this video just to praise She-Ishmael for still having a really good balance between the two, despite what is generally an innate setback of being a launch ID, and especially since she's the only ID in the game that literally everyone has, meaning she is always an option for new players and veteran players alike due to her uniquely strong skill 2. However, let's be real. If we're talking about the She-IDs, there's another She-ID who is at least worth mentioning, and that is
Sweet Quay.
Harpooner Heathcliff. Now, I'm not going to fully cover this ID since I do want to make a video on him one day, but I figure I should mention these similarities. While, unlike the actual She-IDs, he has no one set cutoff where he gets value, his damage just straight up increases for every percentage of health he's missing. He also borrows from the middle IDs a little bit, since he does actively want to be hit, or have others be hit to either activate his counter, or more importantly, get those sweet offense and defense level buffs. He does mention HP percentages in his skill 3 specifically, inflicting more bleed when at lower and lower HP thresholds. So this combination of more damage, more bleed, and more offense/defense level up, alongside an already very solid base kit, makes Harpooner Heathcliff's conditional value mixed. He kind of has a trait taken from each of the She-IDs. Like She-Dawn, his base kit is already good on its own. But like She-Ishmael, there's a lot of potential that can be had when you invest time into bringing his health low. And like She-Heathcliff, he's a Heathcliff ID. So while I still think She-Ishmael is the best conditional in the game for how much it changes the ID once the condition is filled, Harpooner Heathcliff allows flexibility in his playstyle by having his base kit be so strong, while still highly incentivizing his conditional with just a ton of damage.
Nah, that's actually very true. I mean, I had a feeling it was gonna talk about it, but yeah, it's basically like She Ishmael, but modernized, where the base kit is already good, and there are multiple, I guess, conditionals he calls them. You know, there's multiple ways that you can play around him. Obviously, he talks mostly about taking damage, but the other one is the Envy Resonance. If you just get a little bit of Envy Resonance, his skill 3 starts chunking people, even if you're at 100% health. So, you don't even have to, like, really go out of your way to make him tank a shit ton of damage, but as long as you have some Envy Resonance, and it's not like the thing is, it's different than the middle IDs, because the middle IDs require 6 abs res in order to do like anything, like their thing, basically, because their condition is all or nothing, right? It's like, I have 6 abs res, so my thing works, otherwise it doesn't do anything, right? Versus like Heathcliff is like, what, it's like, what, 3 Envy res or like 4 Envy res and then 6 Envy abs res or something. I don't remember exactly, but there's multiple levels to his resonance, like, synergy, so that you can basically go halfway, and it's pretty easy to get 4 Envy chained, right? Like, you can get 4 in a turn pretty, like, semi-reliably. 6 Envy abs res in a turn is tough. That's why the middle IDs kind of struggle. But you can play around him pretty reliably on just the 4. And then also he has the ability to lower his health and do like 1,000,000 damage, right? So it's actually really, really... it's a very elegant design, I think. He's very satisfying to play with, too. When he tanks like 1,000,000 HP and then he just whips back with like a counter that does 200 damage or something, like, that's crazy.
Which is also a very valid design philosophy that I also enjoy, and it makes me very excited for the next proper She Association ID. But talking so much about this below 50% HP condition did make me wonder, why do the She IDs even have this? Now, I know their whole thing in Runa was being exhausted, and it is part of their fighting style, at least as far as I'm aware, to some extent, but above all, the She IDs are assassins. And I really hope we see more She IDs in the future that forego the Runa stereotype, and instead give us cool benefits when attacking enemies first in a turn, or specifically boosting unopposed attacks.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a pretty neat idea. Bonuses when hitting an enemy first in a turn. Okay. So you'd either get haste or you'd have to target a different part. I like that. Or being unopposed. Being unopposed is also a neat little trick. They would have to be slow, which is, the She IDs we have already right now are already doing that because they're already all slow as balls. So that would actually be something useful. That's a pretty good idea. I like that.
There's a lot of design directions
on
She
kill
IDs
effects.
Take,
All right, you already know
and
how.
It is a shame that despite literally getting
you know how I
dropped
feel
from
about
Kanto
on
4,
kills, though.
we saw no sign of more She units. Hell, they don't have a 3-star. And also, as much as people may seem to want a passive or an ID that starts She identities at 50% health by default, I think it would take away this trade-off dynamic in some forms of content, and make She Ishmael just the best, or at least easily one of the best 2-star IDs with no competition at all. So if they do keep this gimmick, I hope they keep this gimmick as it is, and on the whole, I hope we continue to see more impactful conditionals in the game, and especially ones more along the lines of She Ishmael.
Yeah, I want Boundary of Death.
That's all
too.
from me. As always, thank you for watching.
Alright, we'll watch the first part. We'll watch the first part of Refraction
Stephen
Railway
Hawking.
1.
Helen Keller. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Take a little peek.
What do these people have in common? Well, they're all
And then we'll
people-
call it after. We'll speed it up a little bit. I kind of feel like the thing is about React Andying is, like, I know people enjoy it because I enjoy it for I enjoy it when I consider myself a more skilled player at the game. I said it. I think I'm rather skilled. And it's also my specialty because he's playing Railway 2. So, I enjoy watching skilled players react to other people playing the game. But, like, just inherently with React Andying, like, you're kind of like stealing people's content. Like I feel a little guilty, even though I know that most people don't have a problem with it. So, you know, if you're enjoying this, please make sure to support this guy. He's like the highest quality Limbus YouTuber, I think, right now, in terms of just sheer effort. So he deserves your likes and whatever. Just get that out of the way before I just completely rob his content.
Who, in spite of their many setbacks, accomplished so many great things. However, I ask you, dear viewer, did they beat Refraction Railway Line 2 with the worst team possible in the hit gacha game Limbus Company for mobile phones and home computers?
I don't think they
No?
did.
Then I think we know who's really going down in history. For those who don't know, a few weeks ago, I beat Refraction Railway with the worst team possible.
What the fuck was
how
that?
did I do it?
359
No?
turns?
Then I think we know who's really going down in history. For those who don't know, a few
359 turns? Dude, this guy's like, he's gonna make top 5 at this rate. Jesus. What is his team comp, by the way? Spicebush Isang, Base Faust, Mitteldon. There's some interesting choices. Okay, I get like most of them, but like why specifically Spicebush Isang though? Out of all of this Isang IDs, there are definitely worse ones. Same thing with 7 section Ryoshu. Although, okay, I mean 7 section Ryoshu only really shines in setups. So I can see why you would bring 7 section Ryoshu. Actually, now that I think about it, there's like no slash damage in the entire yeah, okay, I get he explains, but I'm just giving you my thoughts before he explains. Alright? Calm down. But I can see why you'd bring 7 section Ryoshu when your entire team is basically just blunt damage. Like, what do you even have for slash? Like fucking Chef Gregor skill 3 and like fucking Blade Lineage Otis? Like, sheesh. I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay, 5 slash fragility on a team with no slash damage, it makes sense why she would be terrible, actually.
A few weeks ago, I beat Refraction Railway with the worst team possible. But how did I do it? Well, to be honest, this was all going to be one big video talking about everything related to beating Refraction Railway with the worst team possible, but there was simply too much to talk about. So, instead, this is part 1, where I'll be going over the rules I set for myself with this challenge, my thought process before and during the challenge, to an extent, and go in-depth about the team I crafted to be as bad as possible,
Let's see.
and how this team could... Stephen Hawking. Helen Keller.
Whoopsies, I accidentally pressed page up. Here, let's
You'll see why later, though, I mean, it should be obvious why that would be terrible. The question then remained of who else I should bring on this team of trashy all-stars.
No, my bad. I skipped a little too far forward. That's on me.
No matter how bad, can be used in Limbus Company, even at the highest
I'm sorry, bro. I fat fingered my keyboard. It's not that big of a deal.
So before I talk about how I made the team I did, let me talk about why I even did this challenge in the first place. I mean, it seems insane to an outsider. In the past, I have mentioned how I truly believe that every ID, no matter how bad, can be used in Limbus Company, even at the highest level. It may be suboptimal, and oh boy, it absolutely was in this case. But this was meant to be the ultimate...
Well, the thing is, like, used is a different definition than, like, are we talking about fielding? Or are we talking about, like, you know, because there's a big difference. If we're talking about fielding, then yeah, these IDs are horrible. But, like, Mariachi Sinclair, Chef Gregor, and Blade Lineage Otis are actually... Blade Lineage Otis is actually, like, kind of low-key meta in low turning. Dead ass. You just never field her. Like, you basically just never field her, except for using Yasunyata Overclock. And she would be low sanity, which is the point, because she has a Tails hit. Sunyata's Corrosion, like Overclock, is a Tails hit ego. So you just never field her and then use her for that. And that's basically it, because her passive is broken. And then same thing with Mariachi Sinclair. Like, you can use him on the bench. Same thing with Butcher Gregor. Like, I guess you could use him on the bench if you really want. And then Sloshing Ishmael is, like, usable as a tank, I guess. Usable. But I'm assuming he's talking about fielding. When he means use, I'm assuming he means fielding. In which case, yeah, those IDs are completely miserable.
Test to my claim. In addition, in my apology video, I uptied Chef Gregor and Blade Lineage Otis to uptie 4. Now, come on.
Oh,
Do
07.
you really think I did that because I was sorry or had remorse for my actions? I'm a YouTuber. I have no soul. Everything is about the content. So yeah, I had this plan for a while.
Yo, he
And
kind of
as such,
exposed
my
me a
team
little.
already had 5 of its members solidified by my worst IDs video. Those were Sloshing Ishmael, Mariachi Sinclair, Blade Lineage Otis, Zvi Rodian, and Chef Gregor.
That's
in my
fair.
opinion at that time, these were the bottom 5 IDs in the game, with Chef Gregor only being here because I could not double up on Sinclair IDs. Thank God I couldn't. Zvi Sinclair and Mariachi on one team would have been terrible.
It's
You'll see why
true.
later.
That's actually true.
It should be obvious why that would be terrible. The question then remained of who else I should bring on this team of trashy all-stars. This was honestly a tricky question, since I didn't want to dip into the pool of base IDs if I could help it, but all the other 2-stars were way too good for this challenge. There were only 2 IDs I considered. Those were Liu Honglu and 7 Yi Sang. Liu Honglu was only considered for a little bit, but because he simply would have been way too good with the burn boost from Railway, and he has an 11 rolling skill 1 without any negative offense level, he was deemed too good.
That's too good. 11 rolling skill 1? Bro, that's normal. Oh my god, bro. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. This is horrible. Oh my god, no wonder the part 2's a fucking hour long. Jesus.
Yes, a neutral offense level 11 rolling skill 1 was too good for this team. 7 Yi Sang was also far too good for this challenge for a myriad of reasons, which we will get into, so I had to take my choice of 2 base IDs. And when it comes to base IDs, Base Faust was an easy, immediate pick.
Base Faust
There's
is
a reason most people don't
misery.
use Base Faust ever again after the tutorial, or maybe they use her for a few fights when they have no idea how the game works, but trust me, she sucks. So
Yep.
now, with 6 members, there was a strong debate for who would be the unlucky 7th sinner on my team. Remember, we have a Rodian, Ishmael, Sinclair, Faust, Gregor, and an Otis. Doubling up on sinners is not possible, so the only 2 really bad options left were Base Merceau and Base Yi Sang. This was a hard choice, at least initially, for a few reasons. Let's look at what they bring to the table. Here are Base Yi Sang's stats compared to Base Merceau's. These 2 IDs are almost complete opposites of each other. Base Yi Sang has high speed, a middling health pool, and pretty bad clashing, but a neutral offense level. Again, yes, a neutral offense level is good in the context of this run. Base Merceau has the worst speed range possible in the game, great health, and decent clashing on the skill 2, as well as a 4-coin skill 3, but a -3 offense level, meaning he always loses 1 clash power compared
that's
to
fair.
an ID with +0 offense level. It's at this point I want to talk about something that was a core reason this run was as difficult as it was. Ego is really important for almost any challenge run. I did not limit myself to only base ego, so I had all the options available that my 6 sinners could equip.
Okay.
However, here is the sin spread for the 6 team members that were locked in. You'll notice a distinct problem.
Yeah.
Only 3 envy resource generation. What's worse, 2 of that was on Mariachi Sinclair's skill 2, which was bound to be replaced by his evade at some points. Fluid Sac requires envy, gloom, and lust. Lust and gloom were covered well enough, but envy was not. Base Yi Sang would have alleviated the envy generation problem and fixed another crucial problem. Let's look at all the speed ranges of my entire
Oh.
team. Chef Gregor and
that's
Sloshman
so
are the only
valid.
IDs whose
I didn't realize Base Yi Sang had a 4 to 8 speed range. For real? His speed range is 4 to 8? That's actually hella good. Okay, yeah, I think Spice Bushes is, what, 3 to 7 or something? Nah, okay. Alright, that's
speed is
that's
above
valid. That's hella
3.
valid.
Yi Sang's base ego, Crow's Eye View, would have done way too many things right. It would have given a very useful 2 attack power down and 3 haste next turn. Since Base Yi Sang is almost guaranteed to be the fastest team member, the 2 attack power down would have been abused to all hell. And since Sloth and Wrath generation of this team is not lacking at all,
that's
I could
hella
use it as much as I
valid.
wished. Funny as it is to say, Base Yi Sang would have been insanely useful for this challenge. And in fact, he would have fixed several core issues. So of course I took Base Merceau, who has his own benefits of course, but remember the main focus of this run was to bring the worst IDs possible. Ego was pretty much fair game, and I include Sin Spread in the worst IDs, so Base Yi Sang was just not an option. When I realized this was genuinely the team I had to take through Railway and its 29 fights, I actually considered just not doing it. However, some horrifically masochistic side of me pushed on, and there was no turning back once I uptied almost all of these IDs to max. And of course, since this was about making this run almost as arbitrarily difficult as possible, I set up some rules.
Hello, Don Quixote Silius fan. Walpurgis left me in shambles. Well, I'll have you know that apparently, on average, people in my stream got rather lucky, proportionally speaking, with their railway or their Walpurgis pulls, including myself. I'd consider myself quite lucky with my polls. So maybe you should have tuned in a little earlier, huh? Maybe when we were all polling, you should have been there, huh? Maybe. You could have, maybe some of my streamer luck would have rubbed off on you. Apparently it rubbed off on most other people. I got 30? Oh my god. I got everything but Jack and Pierre announcer and 40? That's huge. 10 by 10 for Magic Otis to come home. Got Furry Faust and Reindeer Otis. And now I get to regrind. Still got above 100 pulls. Nah, you're in a really good spot then. You're in a really good spot. I was unlucky. Alice, you're always unlucky, bro. It's deserved because you didn't dispense all your freaking egos from the last Walpurgis. I was completing the event. Okay, I'll forgive you. I can't imagine resisting the call of gambling for that long, though, to complete the event. That's wild. How can one just turn on the voice that makes it... How can one just turn on the voice that makes them very punchable? Well, it's a bit of a talent. I'm never lucky when it comes to Faust or Otis or any female character. Well, I apologize. That's like half of them. My friend got Ego, Magic Bullet, and Malcute in the same multi. I mean, sometimes it's like that, bro. I got like I got an announcer and like 2 Egos or something in the same multi. Like, I got fucking hella lucky. I'm doing a Rupture team on MD2H and Dawn is amazing. Alright. I'm glad to hear it. Pierre is part of the roster. She's an announcer. She's an announcer. Pierre and Jack is an announcer. You got 3 Jacks? Yeah, I got like a stupid amount of Jack. But I did pull Malcute very shortly after, so I can't really complain.
Rule 1. I could only use these 7 IDs in battle. If they happened to die, that was okay, but generally losing 1 ID meant the run.
Wait, really? You can... That's tough. You can only use the 7 worst IDs in battle. So he's never actually going to use Spice Bush ever?
Was dead. Or so much harder to the point of not being able to continue.
That makes
It
sense
shows without
why
saying
he's there,
that even
then.
having a single competent ID on this team would have changed the whole thing. In addition, I must have the worst support passives possible on my other 5 slots. Rule 2. I could not intentionally farm for Sin resources. It's boring to just...
It is lame. It is lame. I mean, he's right. Unless you're me and you just don't care. Dude, my weekly hard mirror dungeon, I'll fucking farm 50 turns with Blue Zippo Lighter any day. They give me that shit, you better believe I'm adding an extra 45 minutes to my mirror dungeon hard run. God damn, bro. I don't care. Until they patch that shit, I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of it every time I see it.
Get T-Core and spam guard. Sorry, but it's true.
The definition of lame is relative. To me, that's not lame. It's just really stupid and funny.
Honest though, this rule barely mattered. Simply due to the length of these fights, you'll see the true extent of how long, turns or minutes-wise, these fights could go on for, but because of how long the fights are, you would almost think that I had been intentionally resource farming. And rule 3. I had to get to 5 cycles. There was no cheaping out on this run. No doing 1 fight, then fighting Sign of Roses. This was going to be a full, earnest Refraction Railway run. Only 3 seemingly simple rules. But what really was going to make this challenge brutal was, of course, these IDs. Now, I just want to disclaim beforehand.
So we're fielding what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And then you're level 1, so you're not getting fielded. What, 6, 7, right? Base Faust, base Mersault. And then these bottom 5. So those are the 7.
And I do not want this
that is truly atrocious. I'll give him that. He might have found the actual worst team in the game. This Heathcliff boost nails gained. You boost burn count gained. Or inflicted. And this is nails inflicted. I don't know what the fuck you do. Useless. I don't know what you do. Also useless. And you give like AoE damage or something?
Preaching, my brain has literally been altered by this challenge. I look at a lot of IDs differently now and see strengths I didn't, simply due to how brutal this challenge was. So, with that in mind, I'll be talking about my team of IDs I used within the context of Railway and discuss the concerns I had before, and some of the troubles they had in general. Again, I won't be going into detail for each fight, since that's what the next video is for. Let's start with the most infamous of these bad IDs.
Damn, what a
at least on this
transition.
channel. Sloshing Ishmael. Now, needless to say, my opinion on Sloshing Ishmael going into this challenge was negative. So negative, in fact, this was the only ID I did not bother to get for myself and upside of 4. So instead, I used the support function. But
That's
let me
hilarious.
swallow my pride as well as my hatred for this ID and say that in the context of
10%
Railway,
AoE
Sloshmael certainly
damage.
did have her upsides.
That's
First of all,
awesome.
the skill 3 clashing is good. And her
And
speed
it's
range,
on
as I mentioned
res.
before,
Yeah,
is
on res is the
weirdly
fuck
fine.
part.
I have no idea why she is average speed range when the enemy she's based off is slow as all hell. That aside, everything else about her kit in particular was awful for this challenge.
Yeah.
But before that, here are the stats Sloshing Ishmael had at the end of this challenge. Now I know what you're thinking. Whoa, she absorbed a ton of damage. Holy base, I love Sloshmail.
Holy based. I love Slosh Bio. Yeah, it's kind of true.
Please. I know some of you are absolutely die-hard Ishmael fans, but just hear me out. Every skill of Sloshmail's has aggro, so she's often taking multiple attacks. Seems good, right? She's a tank after all, and she can have extra health from her passive. In the average team, yes. Here, this was a nightmare. Again, speed was a massive problem. Probably my most consistently problematic factor in the whole run. If Sloshing Ishmael had 4 attacks targeting her, and the enemy rolled a 4 on speed, which was more likely with the accelerating boost, I couldn't redirect them. This led to several resets, since she would oftentimes just flat out die. But Esku, what about her passive?
Oh yeah, Centipede. She's fatal to Piers. That's fucked.
Field HP.
No, Centipede is actually a demon though, with the stupid ass speed. Centipede is actually a fucking demon. I hate that stupid guy. I mean, I don't hate him the most out of any fight in Railway anymore, but like, oh my god, bro, his range is like 2 to 5 or 2 to 6 or something. It's like hella annoying.
No. Every member of this team needed to be proactive. Spamming guard on Sloshmail meant a much extended fight, and likely, she would still die. She had to be a constantly clashing and dealing damage member of the team. She had to be a functional ID and not just a do-nothing tank. So while this might have been taking her out of her
Yeah, at least she got skill
and you may
3.
call it unfair, a lot of other IDs were on the same boat. But either way, she did soak up damage, but it was more of a pain than you would think just based on the stats. Sloshmail's real grace is being an Ishmael ID and having Snag Harpoon. My team is slow, so 6 bind next turn was immensely useful, especially because it's 2 Gloom, 2 Wrath, which I generate in spades. As well, I actually use the passive in a meaningful way. Usually this passive is a win harder button, but for me, it provided some much needed consistency to an otherwise inconsistent clasher without her skill 3.
Snag Harpoon
I had
passive
to
is always
spam
super
Snag
good.
Harpoon on certain fights, and not just for the bind, but to not have aggro on Sloshmail so she wouldn't literally explode.
Okay, that's fucked up.
Pote and Ardor Blossom Star also got some use, but Ardor Blossom costs envy. And yes, every bit of envy mattered.
Yep.
Even using 1 was risking not having enough
Yep,
by the end of
yep.
the run for Fluid Sack and chains of others. I also want to say, her skill 3 eating Tremor count genuinely mattered sometimes. That's right, Tremor was one of the few status effects I could actually somewhat support. But all hope of actually using it was lost, because I had to use Sloshmail skill 3 to clash.
Oh,
So,
well.
for anyone who says that it barely matters that it reduces Tremor, it absolutely did here. I'll talk about more how my perception of Sloshmail changed in the second part of this video, but until I had actually started this run, I had no idea that the aggro problem would be this bad, and it was. In terms of IDs that could have been used over Sloshmail, Base Ishmael comes to mind, right? Many people have suggested that Sloshing Ishmael is practically a direct upgrade to Base Ishmael, so for this challenge, Base Ishmael would have also been worse, right? To that, I can very confidently say, no. Base Ishmael would have been at least 2 times better for this challenge specifically.
Huh?
She has consistently high speed, better clash
5 to 8? Really? What is she, 5 to 8? What are these, bro, who is cooking these base IDs? What the fuck? That's insane. Wait, what? Bro, I was just not aware. 5 to 8 speed, huh?
outside of
Jesus.
skill 3, which would have given 1 blunt fragility and the majority of my damage with blunt, and would have synergized with my tremor setup instead of taking away from it. She would have also provided slightly more gluttony, which was a resource I was a little lower on than I would have liked. The only argument against her is having a Wrath skill 1, but well, I'll talk about Rose Sign in the next
Oh
video.
well.
Every other Ishmael ID is obviously better though, and we're not even close to being considered for this run. Is Base Ishmael a worse ID than Sloshmail in most cases? Probably yes, but in this case in particular, Sloshmail is definitely a lot worse.
Welcome
Now,
back,
Mariachi-
Typical. It has been quite a while.
Sinclair. Before I started the challenge, I knew Mariachi would have 2 purposes, being my main envy generator and evading.
I'm glad you could tune in.
His skill 3 was also a good get out of jail free card with a very high floor. His sinking is also there, If I wanted, I could have taken the sinking buff to lean into this specifically, but it simply would not have been worth it. Now, his evade may seem just alright on the surface, but in Railway 2, the rolls are generally not high enough to outroll this evade, or only become high enough after a few coins roll heads, meaning Mariachi Sinclair, when targeted, can get away with evading the majority
Alright.
or entirety of otherwise scary attacks.
That is something.
This was far more valuable than a guard, since lots of the fights in Railway inflict very bad effects on hits,
Nah,
such as Stealing
guards-
Machine and
Guards are just so freaking bad. Unless you get, like, a ludicrous amount of shield. Like, Diechiroja guard. Like, I don't think I'd ever want a guard, like, I don't think I'd ever want a guard if I could choose. Evade is just broken as fuck.
Centipede with Paralyze next turn, or Drifting Fox and So That No One Will Cry with Rupture. Now, evading didn't always progress the battle much, but it was a small way to save on ego resources
Yeah.
and therefore, sanity. Speaking of ego, Mariachi Sinclair
It's been a while since Rumia and Yayan joined. Well, Yayan has not been here for a long time. Rumia's here, like, semi-consistently, though. Maybe only for a little bit, and maybe only lurking sometimes. Second monitor, perhaps, but I know that they tune in frequently.
definitely brings the least useful ego out of any of my team members, or he did. Branch of Knowledge is absolute garbage, losing me 20 SP for free, basically. But it is a high-rolling clasher, since a 29 was actually pretty solid to beat some scary attacks, but his low speed made it relatively useless. Impending Day was the far more interesting ego, even though it also didn't see much usage. Even before the run, I was considering using this ego to kill bosses for the team heal effect, and potentially even trigger the passive by killing enemies with his skill too. Though the problem came with how few things would actually be killed in total over the course of Railway. But the
Nah,
most-
okay. Impending Day in low turning is super, super good. Doesn't Sinclair Mariachi have an envy skill? If you use Impending Day on Drifting Fox, and the umbrellas are super squishy, even for, like, terrible IDs, you can still kill them semi-reliably. So you can farm, like, hella ego resources with him on Drifting Fox if you're willing to stall a few turns. Granted, stalling a few turns is kind of risky when your team comp is this balls, but Impending Day is just super broken. Because of how many umbrellas you can just last hit and farm a shit ton of resources on. So I think that would probably be, like, super broken.
one fight I'll talk about in part 2 where this was immensely useful. Mariachi's downsides are quite bad. His clashing is the worst on the team, with
Yeah,
invisible
he
numbers,
doesn't have an
and
envy
even
skill. So that would probably solve his issue single-handedly. That's generally how you get the Gloom base to farm for 1,000,000 Rhyme Shanks when you're doing low turning, because you use Impending Day, and then you use Gripper Sinclair's skill 1, Coerced Judgment or whatever, his skill 1 to last hit a couple umbrellas, and you can farm like 15, 20 Envy or something, or 20 Gloom or something, like, you know, depending. Sometimes it's just not feasible, because you need to do Fox in like 4 turns max, and then turn 1 is the setup for Impending Day, then you have turn 2, 3, basically, to farm some Gloom, and then turn 4 you do, like, you know, whatever, fucking self-destructive purge or whatever, like, if you so choose. Usually you would have used self-destructive purge on the previous stage, so you use Drifting Fox to cycle out all your skill 1s so that you could have a good skill cycle for the next stage and you can farm your Gloom. But it's kind of the same thing, I think, where you would use your skill 2s here and just farm up on the umbrellas with Impending Day over and
speed.
over to get as
Offense
much
level
Gloom as you would possibly need. You could probably get like 15 or 20, or I keep saying Gloom, I mean Envy. You would probably get like 15 or 20 Envy, you know, on Drifting Fox if you really, really wanted to.
is doing him no favors. There's a reason he was considered the second worst ID by me. One funny thing, since I took Poise Boost, Mariachi's skill 3 was actually incredibly likely to crit, gaining extra damage and lowering stagger threshold. Combine that with a 3-coin skill 2, and his damage was actually alright when he was not an evade bot, which 9 times out of 10, he was. In terms of replacement, Zwei Sinclair over Mariachi is a tricky debate that I didn't realize beforehand. Zwei actually has very slightly better clashing, but he has aggro, which is a bad thing in a way. If Mariachi had aggro, it would actually be kind of good, since he can evade infinitely so long as the attacks are not too high rolling. Zwei Sinclair would have been more fodder due to his aggro, but might have been able to clash and provide protection, which, with everyone having low speed, this passive is actually pretty alright. However, Zwei might have been even worse
Adjacent
simply on the principle
dashboard
of not
pass.
having any envy skills, leaving me with only one envy generating skill in the team overall.
Oh, shit.
This is the only swap that I think would have made the challenge harder, and as such, I will be redoing the entire challenge with him instead.
Huh? You're gonna do it again? I think that's fair. I think Mariachi's better than Zwei, for sure. Especially because he has no Envy skill, so you can't farm on Drifting Fire. You can't farm Umbrellas for Envy. That would be fucked. That would actually be fucked. Like, there's no... That is, like... That's so doomed. Oh my god. That is fucking doomed.
Not really. I don't want to go back.
Okay, he's
In
not
all seriousness,
doing
the
that.
choice of
Thank God.
Mariachi and Zwei wasn't that tough, simply because a lot of people really hate Mariachi Sinclair. So I wanted to take
Really?
him on.
What is people's beef with this ID? I don't hate him that much. I mean, I just accept that he's bad and I don't use him in combat because his passive is good. I don't know why people hate him. Jesus. That's crazy. Zwei Sinclair does not get enough hate. That ID is horrible.
Prove that he can work for Railway. That said about Zwei Sinclair being worse for it when you take away Envy, while it is still true now and you will not be able to fuel Fluid Stack, Sinclair's Lantern Ego was released after I'd already completed the Railway, which can be used instead of Fluid Stack for healing. The Sin resources needed for Lantern are covered decently enough, meaning if you do not limit your Ego, this challenge is significantly easier now, since Lantern can be semi-spammed in a way Fluid Stack cannot, and it can heal everyone on the team, unlike my main healing source, which was Pursuance. Blade Lineage Otis. This ID brought mediocrity to the table, I guess. I don't mean that in the worst way, but she simply existed. Her skill 1 would have been great for this challenge if it was actually +3 coin power instead of only +1. That said, this was the best skill 1 I had, since I was almost always at the poise requirement, which, this being my best skill 1 clashing tool, is laughable.
Ah,
honestly.
shit.
I was often replacing her skill 1 with an evade,
11
just like
roll,
Mariachi.
huh?
The evade was also made very strong by that poise boost, and Blade Lineage Otis was one of the 2 reasons I took the poise boost initially. However, even with that, Blade Lineage Otis is just forgettable. She was not the worst on the team, and all of her ego really helped throughout the challenge, and I knew they would be great. Tupathos Mathos is a consistent clasher, with a passive allowing Otis to gain 3 damage up, which made Otis an alright damage dealer. That's right, even with 30% more damage, BL Otis just did alright. The funny thing about BL Otis and the poise boost is that she first needed to win a clash with a skill 2 to actually be able to get poise going, and a 13 clasher is alright enough in Railway sometimes, but not having enough poise for her evade bonus hurts a lot. So she relied a lot on getting that clash win. So I had to use Sunshower Ego, which made her have to make up a really big sanity deficit. So she just exists. Sorry, this ID is really boring, so even in the context of Railway, there is not anything she does particularly well, nor is there much to talk about. In terms of replacements,
I've
no
never
other
used...
ID.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, I've, like, never used Blade Lineage Otis in battle, and even when I have fielded her, it was just to use Ego. So, I literally have no opinion. Like, I cannot offer any opinion. This ID is just hella stupid. I don't know why they made her do nothing, but it's actually sad.
Lineage, so there was never any debate about bringing her or not. BL Otis was always going to be on the
team. She just does not do anything.
Zwyrodian. Now, despite that cool animation of Rhymeshank, as a small sub-rule, I actually didn't allow myself to use it beforehand. Not that I would have got any use out of it anyways.
TVH, it's a fine ID. Well, it's not fine. It's miserably bad. But the support passive is so good that it justifies it a little bit. You know, and she is Otis, so if there's, like, any ID, like, any Sinner that I would prefer to have it on, it'd probably be her, because she's basically just, carried by her supportive egos more than anything. So you will just field her to use egos and then just keep her on the bench. So honestly, that's like her only redeeming factor. But now that we have actually like semi-useful Otis IDs, her usage has fallen in popularity quite a bit. It is what it is. You know how I feel about Zwei Rodeo, bro. This ID is like the bane of my existence. I fucking hate this shit. I don't know if you guys saw the video where she released. I don't know who did she release with. Was it Gregor or something? I don't know who she released alongside, but like during that video, I don't know if you remember seeing that one where I did the kit review, but I straight up just looked at her. I just looked at her, saw it was poised, and I just fucking skipped her instantly. My review was like 2 minutes long. That shit was so funny.
Remember, my envy supplies are minimal.
I fucking hate this ID. This ID is
so I
dog
did not
shit.
Rhymeshank to 4, and I never used it once. In spite of that, Zwyrodian was the top damage.
Greg was Faust. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't remember who she. Oh, she released with Arcor Mersault. Oh, she was with Rhino.
But that's mostly because every buff I picked benefited her specifically. I took 2 Gloom boosts, 2 Blunt boosts, and a Poise boost. The Poise boost actually made Zwyrodian the best idea on my team, unironically.
Huh?
Unlike Sloshmill, who only gained tankiness by doing nothing, Svirodian always had a reliable 20 HP health pool to fall back on, despite having similar aggro problems. As well, she had a better clashing skill too, and once her poise count was high enough, which was around turn 3 most times, the skill 3 actually hit very hard and clashed well with the Blunt and Gloom boosts.
Did it really?
However, Svirodian had a fatal flaw, namely, her skill 1. This is also the case for Mariachi and
my
Chef Gregor,
fucking
who I
God.
will talk about
Yeah,
soon,
that's
but a low
atrocious.
rolling skill 1 is really bad, especially if you do not have an evade to replace it with. Now, Svirodian guard skill is good, but like I've said, taking hits leads to bad on-hit effects, so not having a reliable clashing skill can mean you are just spamming ego. Which Svirodian only had one choice: What is Cast, since her other ego took precious envy resources. What is Cast is a strong ego and all, but it has a pretty low floor, meaning spamming it and lowering sanity could lead to being punished by losing a clash with it, ultimately leading to wasting resources and taking damage.
Yeah, I don't know
Thankfully,
why
her
they
skill
did
3 was a
that.
good skill to use in most cases, and her skill 2 was also a good clasher. And my sanity never got down too low with What is Cast, and even then, she had enough speed to be able to gain sanity back. I briefly talked about this, but Rodian was probably the most contested spot on this team, since a lot of her IDs are underwhelming or straight up bad. Svirodian was really good, in the context of this run at least, with the poise buff, but she would have been practically dead weight without it. LCCB would have been too fast and would have
Alright.
paralyzed
I
too
mean,
well,
that's fair.
alongside almost always having the conditions fulfilled,
Now,
since this
LC
team is majority.
I feel like LCCB in execution is like strictly better than Zviroja. I don't think there's a time where you would ever use Zviroja over LCCB if you had to pick one of the two. Like, there is not a single use case where you would choose to use one over choose to use Vi, like, ever. I swear to God, there's no reason to. She is terrible. Like, actually. Especially, he mentioned he was self-restricting himself from using Rhyme Shank because it's cheating. Bro, oh my God, like... I mean, Roja does have, like, niche usage with What is Cast on Fey Lantern because it's fatal to Slash and Pride. So you can, if your team is charmed, you can bring Roja and use her base ego to burst the fairy during the charm phase. And it's actually not bad, but that's, like, the only time she's using any of her other egos, pretty much. Like, they're... Yeah, I mean, like, she's probably down there as, like, one of the worst... Without Rhyme Shank, yeah, Zviroja is fucking miserable, bro. I'm surprised. He mentioned that the poise buff makes her good. I mean, we'll have to watch part 2 to see it, but I'm very surprised to hear that she actually contributed anything. I fucking hate this ID with a burning passion. This ID is the bane of my existence.
Blunt. And Rodian felt like too good of an ID to include, mostly due to the speed ranges once again. I cannot express how detrimental it was to have so many slow IDs on the team. Having even one more consistently fast ID would have made a world of difference. So, base Rodian was really the only other consideration, and I think it does come down to the skill 1. Since that is the most common skill, especially in Railway, having a good or even not garbage skill 1 is extremely helpful. So, Svirodian, even though she ended up having more
Bleed
upsides than I
boost,
predicted,
bro.
was
Bleed boost mentioned for
since that is the most common skill, especially in
Oh
Railway,
my
having a
God.
good or even
Base Roja would have also brought enough bleed to consider taking bleed boost, meaning Chef Gregor's skill 3 would have become better. Oh my God, bro, this is fucked. This is fucked. Bleed boost mentioned. Talking head emoji. Bro, what the fuck is that?
even not garbage skill 1 is extremely helpful. So,
That is
Svirodian,
horrible.
even though she ended up having more upsides than I predicted, was likely the worst choice I could have made.
She was only
even if
good
the
because I
Railway buffs
invested
having
all
enough
of my
favor.
boosts exclusively into her. Okay, I mean, I guess. I'm still surprised she did anything, to be honest.
Chef Gregor is proof that damage stats don't mean everything. First of all, he is the fastest ID on my team with a slightly above average speed range, meaning he was an ID I could actually kind of rely on to redirect clashes. Going into Railway, I kind of assumed Chef Gregor would be the backbone of my team, and I wasn't exactly wrong. Legerdemain alone made a lot of fights a lot more bearable. Another one of the bigger benefits Chef Gregor has
Paralyze
is having
is good.
redeemable health. Due to his passive, Chef Gregor was able to take hits and then heal it up after
Yup.
a few turns. This
Good
meant he was not
passive.
reliant on Pursuance or Fluid Sac healing, unlike the rest of my team. In addition, the Paralyze and Bind on his skills came in handy multiple times, alongside
I
his skill 2
imagine.
clashing pretty well when he was 3 speed faster than the target, which was almost guaranteed with Snag
I
Harpoon.
never knew. Wait, if the user's speed is higher than the target's by 3 or more coin power plus 3? I never knew this ID had that effect on it, I'm gonna be honest. It rolls for 14. Coin power plus 3 rolls for 17. Wait, that's actually not horrible. 17 is actually kind of a respectable number. I'm assuming his offense level is dog water, so it probably rolls for like 16. 16 is actually good for a
Bind and play.
2-star anyway.
I never used AEDD nor Lantern. AEDD was not used for obvious reasons, and Lantern I don't have, and it would
Yeah.
not have been any good anyways, since it was rare that Chef had so much missing HP
Don't have.
that it was that much of a concern.
Alright, well, that's fair.
Chef did have some real problems though, and that was his clashing. Outside of his skill 2, his skill 1 rolls for an 8, and his skill 3 is a 9. This meant he was
Yeah,
either going
that's
unopposed with the
hella
skill
dude.
1, praying for the enemy to hit tails on the skill 3, or legerdemaning. This meant he had good utility, but he could get stuck ego spamming for a while, but since legerdemain is so good, it was manageable. Chef
Alright.
Gregor was never going to be replaced. But Base Gregor could have been an alright second worst option, though Base Gregor's clashing is significantly more
Yeah,
consistent.
his clashing is
However,
actually
Chef
not
has the
bad.
paralyze, so it about
It's not
balances out in my
good,
opinion.
but I mean, at least it's salvageable.
Base Faust. This ID is really bad. The worst ID in the game, in my opinion. Her skill 2 is
That's
alright.
fair. Nah, this ID is actually miserable. I've actually, bro, when I was like a noob clearing Kanto 3, I saw base Faust had blunt damage, and I was like, ooh, blunt damage. Well, the enemies are weak to blunt. I'll use her. Bro, biggest mistake of my life. I replaced her eventually with base Heathcliff, and oh my god, bro, base Heathcliff. If you're playing on launch, base Heathcliff in Kanto 3 goes so fucking hard. But like, oh my god, dude, base Faust is dog shit. Base Faust is horrible. Bro, this ID is actually irredeemable, unsalvageable. This ID is terrible.
Right? But outside of that, she is utter garbage. Her speed range meant her paralyze on the skill 1 was far less usable than Gregor's, and the clash numbers on the skill 3 means that you need to go unopposed to get the attack power.
I have 11,
Which,
bro.
admittedly,
Skill
it is
3.
good,
Oh
but
my
god,
it's
the amount of
horrible.
times I would miss heads on that first coin and lose out on one attack power down, it was a real problem. Base Faust has some other issues. With other sinners, it was mostly easy to replace bad skills with ego or a defensive skill. For Faust, however, the only real option was to replace with Representation Emitter, which cost quite a lot of resources, especially with the Thirsting debuff online, including Gluttony, which I knew was at risk to get low during the
I
run
never
due to
used
using
Faust
a lot of
until
life.
Enclair appeared. Well, I used Gripper Faust quite a lot before Enclair appeared, but she only started really shining towards like the later, like towards the end of when Railway was closing, because that's when people actually really started to grasp like combat mechanics. So, you know,
Why couldn't I use her other ego? Well,
I'm
they
gonna head
both
out
cost
now. Have a nice
One was
day and
Fluid
night.
Sack, which
I hope you have a nice day/night as well. Thank you for tuning in. It's been like quite a bit. I appreciate you being here as per usual. Century King.
was okay to use sometimes, but if I wanted to save fluid stacks as much as possible, which I did, I had to be conservative. And Hexnail was literally unusable since 6 or 7 Envy would cripple my supply. Going into the run, I had no idea just how boring this ID would be to use. The offense level and attack power down were nice benefits to have, but outside of that, Faust felt like a burden, even in the early cycles of the challenge. At best, I knew she would just be a debuffer with a decent skill 2, and she somehow underdelivered on even those lowest of expectations. Even Blade Lineage Otis, who I criticized by saying she just existed, had a cool evade and a strong skill 1.
Yeah, alright.
Lastly, Base Merceau. This was an interesting case. Like I already talked about, I mostly brought Base Merceau along due to needing a 7th Sinner, and Base Yizang was too good, along with every other base ID being too good. I mostly figured Merceau would be a pursuant spamming ID and nothing more. His numbers are honestly just alright, but the offense level truly is about as tragic as it gets. However, Base Mer's skill 2 was a decent enough clasher despite that. The
Yeah.
real problem here was absolutely his abhorrent speed range, combined with the need for pursuance. This was not something I was aware of before going into Railway, but like I mentioned
2
a
to
few
3,
times,
huh?
regaining sanity was not for free. Nowhere would this
Oh
be
my
more apparent than on Merceau. With low speed, meaning if abnormalities did not target him, he would likely have to go unopposed. And the classic low numbers, and a single coin skill 2, meaning if he missed one coin in a clash, the clash was all but a guaranteed loss.
Yep.
In addition, Base Merceau's guard was doing him no favors, being a bad skill all around.
10 to
And Merceau's health could
10 to
only be
13.
restored via Impending Day on kill
Goodness.
or Fluid Sack, since Pursuance can only heal other allies. The greatest asset for Base Merceau, though, was having the second best nuke skill on my team, in the form of his skill 3, which is just an insane sentence, I know. But with the boosts I took, this skill was actually a pretty good damage
He
deal,
kinda
and
gains
allowed to set for
protection,
Tremor
too.
Burst, which would have been a lot better if it weren't for Sloshmo. And it was only really good when he was at max sanity, since missing a coin meant far less damage. Base Merceau did his job pretty well though. He provided pursuance, and I really could not have expected anything more. I should also mention Chains of Others, which, while I did consider it a benefit of using a Merceau ID, it was also a precious envy-using ego, and it would mean Merceau was useless the turn after I used it. But it did apply bind and attack power down, which was immensely helpful the few times I did use it. In terms
As
of
if,
replacement,
it makes him useless the turn after he uses it. Yeah, okay, bro. He's not doing very much anyway. It's worth gimping the boss for a turn if it means you sacrifice your base Merceau, bro. It's worth it.
I actually should mention Roast Banner Merceau, since some people seem to claim he is base Merceau but slightly worse, to which I say...
Nah, that's not true. How is he worse? If anything, he's equal bare minimum. I think he's better at least. How is he worse than base? There's no fucking way.
What? Look at this speed range, and look at this one.
Uh-huh.
Look at this offense level, and look at this offense
Uh-huh.
level. Base Merceau is more of a tank, sure. However, Rose Salt has plenty of benefits. The one attack power down on skill 2 alone would have made him a godsend. Rose Salt would have been so much better to have for that speed range alone. Alright, that's all for every ID I actually used. There are 5 more IDs to talk about. Remember, I had to bring the worst support passives possible as well. Here were my choices. Spice Bush Yiseng. This passive could have triggered, but never did, and even if...
Yeah, Pungent Spring Breeze, huh? Well...
if it did trigger, it is far worse than any of the other Yiseng support passives. It's funny to see people's reaction when they look at this team and see Spice Bush in the first slot, despite the fact that I never actually used him.
Alright, see, that was me. I was him. I was the Mr. Reaction when I saw him in the first slot. Now it makes sense.
And Corp Dawn, no Fnatic, no passive activation.
Okay, Fnatic
7
is your
Ryochu.
passive, sure.
This could have triggered on Tupathos Mathos
Plus
Rupture
1
and
Rupture,
Sloshmo Rupture,
yeah, awesome.
but never did to my knowledge, and even then would have barely made a difference. Liu Honglu, I had no burn, and Encliffe, I inflicted no nails.
nails, yeah.
A question you may be thinking about is, how much easier would this challenge have been if I actually made my support passives as good as possible? Here's what that would have looked like. For Yiseng, I would have used LCB. He would have outright solved my sanity gain issue on Merceau. It would have been insanely useful. A different Dawn support passive would not have had much of an effect. I would probably try for W Dawns, but I hardly ever had 3 Gloom skills lined up. Chef Ryoshu was the obvious choice for the Ryoshu slot, a bit of nice trickle healing, even if it was only once per fight after killing a boss. Any healing to base Merceau without fluid attack.
I mean, that's like basically her best passive, unless you count, base Ryoshu passive is also pretty good. It's like 20% extra damage, but you take 20% or something. I mean, I don't know. I generally favor Chef. It depends, but her passive is pretty damn
a burden
good.
off my mind. Honglu is the most interesting slot.
I mean, it's probably Gambit or Gambler. It's Gambit, right? That's what it's called. It's like Gambit. Maybe Ampule or some shit
Far
like
to
for
discuss.
healing. I don't know.
He would have been an interesting 3-ish way tie between LCB, Ting Tang, and K-Corp Honglu.
Yeah.
LC
I don't remember LCVs, but I know Gambit is a house, obviously, and then Ampule would have been pretty decent too, I think.
LCB would have continued to mitigate the sanity problem, as mentioned before.
I'll have at least
Ting Tang
sanity
would have been
heal
more
6.
damage, which is always nice. And K-Corp would have required a bit of finesse to get the resonance, but healing my lowest HP Sinner for the rest of the fight would have been worth it.
Yeah, that's
And
hella
lastly,
good.
the Heathcliff slot, base Heath would have been best, but only marginal.
Yeah, blunt damage.
You might be able to tell by
fair.
how I describe some of these passives,
Sloshmail would get the blunt damage. I mean, that's something.
but seriously, this run would have played out pretty differently if I was allowed to use base Yisang support passive, since sanity really was a problem. Add on K-Corp Honglu passive, and I actually could use strategy. But I didn't bring good support passives. Why? Well, happiness was not a factor with this run. The goal was to win with the worst team possible, and the worst team possible I brought. So, now that all the factors are in place, let's look at the pros and cons to this team. The main upside is that this team has a lot of health, with a slightly smaller upside of being able to use Pursuance. The main downside is everything else. Lack of envy, lack of speed, lack of good clashing, lack of damage, lack of burst options, lack of damage type variety,
I
and
see.
so much more. But the specifics of that will have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, 90% of your team's damage is blunt, bro. GG.
I think and hope that you might understand better now just how truly awful these IDs are for the Railway despite their upsides. And we're only even talking about them on paper. At this point, since I've made it so clear how bad these IDs are, you might wonder, how did he manage to do Wayward Passenger? How did he manage to do Fey Lantern? How long did Steam Machine take? All of those questions...
Nah, Steam Machine is actually a demon, bro. Like, he's no problem if you're low turning, but oh my god, bro. If you're if you're doing this shit, I imagine Steam Engine takes like 20 turns plus. There's no fucking way. Because he gains half resistances after you break his body. It's like so doomed. If you're already only dealing like 20 damage per hit, like fuck. That's actually so that boss is actually fucked up. Like genuinely. That boss is actually fucked up.
will be answered in part 2 of this video. And I am sorry for having to do this to you all, but this video is long, and editing takes a long time, and I want this to come out really nice. So hey, subscribe if you want to see how this excruciating run that took 20 plus hours to complete came to be. And no, I'm not joking. This was 20 plus hours. For now though, thank you for coming along in this exploration into this truly terrible team. And trust me, I have more to say about them in the second part of this video, but there are some details I want to save for some specific fight breakdowns for fun. So, thank you for watching. Part 1 of this video ends.
Alright. We'll watch the second part some other time. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you had fun. I hope your polls went well. If you're watching the VOD and you haven't polled yet, I hope your polls go well. I'll give you my excess luck because I ended up pulling both of them I ended up pulling both the announcers and the ID rather early. So I'll give my excess luck to the poor. But you know, until next time, we will see what happens. Woohoo! I will go back to dormancy as per usual. Until new content drops. I will go back to hibernation. But yeah. Until next time, peace out. I'll see you when I see you, alright? But I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you have a nice rest of your day or night. Goodbye.